see that angry face? You see that little angry eyes? Not happy, not these ones, the angry ones. I'm not real sure what just happened. You know what? I made a couple adjustments. I don't know if it's gonna matter. But hey guys, again. Hello again. I'm honestly not sure who the culprit is. What I'm going to do on Monday is call Comcast and see if they've detected any of these drops on their end. But until then, we just have to hope that we're gonna make it through. Okay, so what I've done for this stream, hello again, I have turned down my bit rate slightly. I don't know if that's gonna matter. I did a speed test before this stream to make sure that I could handle it. Getting about 11 megabits per second up, which is great. And I was trying to stream at 5. So I had more than half available that I was not using. Comcast probably dropped you on purpose. They're gonna turn off your electricity. Pay your bills. You know. Dear God. It's a great start, yeah. I'm not gonna get salty about that right now because you know why? I can delete the first VOD. I can delete the first 7-minute VOD and just start with this one. So if you don't do it again, am I disconnected again? Can you guys see me still? Oh, here we go again. It's happening again. So let's just hang out here for a second, you know, before we get started in the gameplay. Just in case. I honestly don't know whether I'm live or not sometimes. We're just gonna hang here and talk and try to make sure everything is working before getting into a video game. Because what happened last time was I dropped some frames and then a couple minutes later disconnected entirely. So I just saw my frames drop a little bit and we anticipate part 2. We know how the sequel goes. Now, what's weird to me, okay, it's dipping back down into the yellow and red right now as we speak. But what's weird to me is yesterday when I was having problems, we had one at the very beginning of the stream. Like I had one disconnect in the first 15 minutes. I had another disconnect after almost 2 hours. Then I got to go for 30 minutes and my power shut off. So I'm not real sure, but after the power shut off, I got to go for a full 4 hours with no issue. Lick your coax port. Yeah, just clean it a little bit, you know? Alright, well, okay, can you guys do me a favor if the stream... I know you guys are gonna freak out if the stream drops again anyways, but I do check chat frequently, obviously. We need to have some kind of signal, you know what I'm saying? We need to have some kind of chat signal to show me that the stream dropped. In case I'm engrossed in a game, then I'll see like a wave of something that's gonna catch my eye. And I'm gonna go, oh! Everything dropped. We usually just type F. That's true. But I mean something flashier. Now let's get like let's pick like a universal emote, not one of mine. Pick like a pick an emote in global that no one ever uses. Can you guys agree on one? Find the least used global emote. And that's what you're gonna do. How about you know, we could do Boshi time. We could do It's Boshi time. It has like a little yellow caution with an exclamation symbol. Good luck, Chad. You guys figure that one out, okay? While you do, we're gonna play another song and see what notifications I've been hearing. Hey, Cafe Siesta, thank you for coming back for 4 months. Celebrating my 4 months of sub today. You having a party? Did you get some pizza? Can I have some? I'm hungry? No, I'm not. Actually not hungry. Boshi time looks good? Yeah, okay, Boshi time. Now, I know this is a tough ask for Twitch chat, but don't use it the wrong way. This is an important emote, an important power that I bestow upon you. Yeah, everyone's gonna spam anyways, so it gets hard to tell. Anyways, without further ado, hi. And now I can hopefully actually focus on what I'm here to do, which is say thank you for joining me on this wonderful Saturday afternoon. Hope you're all having a great start to your weekend. You can trust us. I always do, Ace of Spades. I always do. It's the death of me. Hello, Turi Inspector, Techno Toast, Jack, Minato, and Guyver. What's up, guys? Nightbot, thanks for subbing again, you know, this month. I know times are tough, but you pull through. What's up, Miss Lyssa? Don't do what to Loxic? If you don't know, don't ask. Zed, how are you? Hey, Doom Muppet. With great power comes great spammability. That is a true statement, Wolflord. Very true. Hey, Xenophanes. Cape Gabe, I'm Space Nerd. Nerd? You're a nerd. You're now a space nerd. You shouldn't have done this. Well, tell that to whatever disconnects me. Honestly, I don't know if it's my ISP. It may well be. It may well be, and I should probably call them and find out. But I haven't had a problem. Like, as many problems as Comcast has, I haven't had an actual streaming issue with them in a year. Do you understand? I admit they're objectively a bad company. But personally, subjectively, I haven't had any issues. Until, like, yesterday. Until, like, the day before yesterday, actually. I want to say hi to some more people. Sorry, I'm going to skip everyone that just waved at me in the chat because I have to tell you something. What I have to tell you is, I saw some people talking about the music we're playing at the intro. And I actually did get in touch with WMD, the author of this music that you hear in the background right now, actually. And he expressed interest in making some more, like, stream tunes, for lack of a better term. I know that probably sells what he does short by a wide margin, but he expressed interest in, like, kind of collabing, I guess. Obviously, he's going to be the one making all the music, and so I have no musical talent whatsoever. But I think he wants to, like, make some not exclusive. I'm not going to, like, hey, you make music for me and only me. Like, I'm not going to do that, but, like, made exclusively for the stream that anybody can obtain and listen to, if that makes sense. Made with this in mind. Because we go a long way back. Like, the intro tune I used in 2011 or 12 was from him. We've had like a working, functional business relationship over all these years. And of course, I've got his links. I still promote him and stuff whenever possible. Sing his praises. We have a Twitch command. We have an emote for him, actually. So I think it would be cool. Like, my idea, I don't know if you guys would be interested in something like this. My idea was work together to make like a brief album for this channel, like the Etalyx album. It won't be titled that, but that's effectively what it would be. That I would be able to use for, like, intro, outro, like talking music like this. But you guys would be able to buy it, and then all of the whatever you guys pay for it to, like, listen to it on your own, that money goes to him. That was like that's just an idea I was tossing around. So you would buy it on, like, his Bandcamp or something like that, for example. So I don't know. It seems like a decent idea. He puts on all the work for it, you know, makes all the music himself. I would probably just pick my favorite tracks, pick the ones I like to use the most in the intros and outros, and kind of say, hey, these are my faves. Could we make some more that kind of sound like this, or riff off this, or are inspired by this? You know, I just want to toss it out there as a potential idea coming in the future. I think it would be cool. Because I could use some fresh tunes anyway. I like the ones I got, but I don't want to burn them into the ground. I don't want to overuse them. Like right now, I'm kind of going through an entire album as it happens. And there's not a lot of room left. And some of these are a couple years old. But yeah, usually what he does on his website is, he does sell his music, but it's kind of like a pay-what-you-want system, like Humble Bundle style. So I don't know what he would want to do. I'd let him do whatever he wanted to do with the music for this. So anyway, just an idea, something to chew on for the future. Before I drop a diss track. No. No. That would be funny though if one track like sampled me or something like that. Oh, that would be terrifying actually. Hello, Dethan. What's up, Anthony? You're gonna transform into Etalyx. Good try, Darkios. That was pretty bad though. But I respect the effort. All of these are for 2014? That's not true. When did I put this on in my folder? I'll have you know this is from 2013, actually. What year is it? Fair. Fair. Okay, listen, you got me. You got me, Alex. Hey, Kelsby, you'd buy that? Awesome. He deserves it. I feel old. Me too, Crusader Kyle. Why did I call you Kyle? Sorry, Carl. Wasn't me. Crusader Kyle, just rolled off the tongue, man. Look, take what you get. Hey, Mercurial Wit. Onerous, welcome back. War of the Worlds, I wish, man. I wish. Hey, Darth Panzer. How you doing? Dude Muppet, don't yikes me. Don't yikes me. Yikes is like the best insult for anything. Yikes goes into so many categories. It's innocent. It's like it's a G-rated burn that hurts worse than most. Like if you see a photo of someone and the first thing you type is yikes, you know what I mean? Think about how many applications yikes has. If you get your food delivered, like if the waitress brings your food over and she sets it down and you go, yikes. Like it just is the best. It fits in so many categories of just insulting. You don't even have to say anything else. It's the perfect one-word insult. Can you think of one word insult you could say that is a complete sentence? You don't have to add anything to it. You don't have to modify it. You just say one word. And it's better than that. I dare you. All right. Anyway, well, we've survived for 13 minutes. I don't think Dude is as good. I can think of many. Wow, Thorbernus, you are very smart. Tell us how smart you are.
I can think of at least 30.
Anyway. All right, Comcast has let us live now for 14 minutes. Maybe it's a good time to jump into the video game. We've just been kind of hanging out here making sure that I don't get dropped again. Anyway. All right. If we're going to be playing... No, I didn't want to jinx it. I probably did jinx it, like I did last time. I didn't knock. I didn't do an official knock. That's why we got DC'd. We are going to hop into Stellaris, where we left off last. And if you remember where we left off, we did a little joke. We got our forces together, our armies. Here in the boiler, we have quite a large army here. These are all my spaceships, newly augmented with battleships, which if you're not blinded by the sun, you can see kind of compared here. This is the cruiser on the right and the battleship on the left, so it's a significantly larger ship. And we sent everyone into Gerard to take down this enigmatic fortress, which absolutely demolished me. So we saved right before then because I knew it would, and this was a joke. So we pick up the save right before we launched into that system. So we're not gonna fight the enigmatic fortress, and I don't want to hear any temptations otherwise, because we already did. I just got back from PAX East. The bathrooms were a crime against nature. Cape Gabe, did you contribute to that? Are you admitting your guilt? Hello, Doozian. How's it going, guys? Potato Elijah, you're not late. You're early, actually. Hi, Uncle Pencil. This is a video game stream. Yes, Thorburn. See, as long as the average is weighted towards gameplay, that's all we really care about. Like, I can take as much time as I want, but if you look at it as a whole, a 7-hour stream, there's definitely at least 3.5, like 3 hours and 31 minutes of gameplay. That's a guarantee. I enjoy these group conversations. They're cheaper than therapy. Do we need to have a therapy stream, War of the Worlds? You have something weighing on your mind? You have something pressing you down? Was that not the last lobster stream? Ace of Spades? Your question could go two ways. We did do that on the last lobster stream. Also, that was not the last lobster stream. Let's see who is currently the governor of the lobsters. Director General Ghost of Toast. Yes, you are still the lobster queen of the meta buttercrust, who recently ascended to become cyborgs. So they are now cyborg lobsters, heavily augmented with cybernetic implants that have far greater service lives than the obsolescent organic body parts that they've replaced. So this is us, this is what we look like, and that's why everyone's gonna refer to us as lobsters and keep spamming the crab emotes. Yikes. It had to happen. Zed. Yep, I knew it was coming. Wow, I've missed a lot. Yes, you probably have. This is the state of the game right now. Speaking of, let's get the music back on. Let me close a couple windows. You guys should be able to hear the music now in the background. And here we are. So I am the Crustacean Nation. I am in the light blue. The lovely sea blue. The Caribbean blue. And we are allied with the Hadadeshi Stellar Directorate, but more importantly, we are in the early stages of joining a federation. Let me see. The federation, as it happens, is named the Galactic Axis, but I assure you, they have very great intentions. These are, in fact, the good guys, believe it or not. I'm not a space Nazi, okay? These are the good guys. They believe in science, all right? The Stakashi Coalition, for example, is egalitarian. They cannot use autocratic government forms, okay? So there's absolutely no dictatorships. They're also scientific, and they like to fight. Well, egalitarian, I guess, yeah, is predisposed to utopian living standards, which is good. They loved science, though. Oh, no. No, they're good, I swear. Look, they're the good guys. You know how I know that? Because they're fighting against the people who want to cross the galaxy and purify. Listen, they are diametrically opposed to the fanatical purifiers, okay? So there's no purification in the Galactic Axis, okay? Do you understand? Look, in this instance, an Axis, those guys are not in our club. They're not in the club on purpose. In this instance, an Axis is something which everything else is rotating around, right? We're gonna be the center of the world, and that center is science. Science and good guys, right? Anyway, no, there's not gonna be any genocide. We only fight people so far, honestly, to date, we've only fought people who first laid land claims, well, space claims, but land claims on my territory. We haven't fought anyone unprompted yet, have we? No. The people have been making public claims on my territories, and I have shut them down. That's all there is. The only people that we could fight that we haven't been claimed upon are down here in the Interplanetary Coalition. These guys are pacifists, so we have no threat from the south. The Aardvarks, the Anteaters, they are fanatic pacifists and will not declare war. So I am not going to be invaded by them. However, to right in between us, between the Crustacean Nation and the Interplanetary Coalition, are these chumps, the Vatnaka Braves. These are actually my arch nemesis. I know it looks stupid because it's so little area, but they are the worst. Let me show you. Even if you don't know anything about Stellaris, the video game, there's a lot of red on the screen, right? Red is bad. big numbers, 7.7Ks and 10.1Ks. That's their power level, okay? So this one fleet right here at 10.1K, look at my fleets by comparison, if you will. Let's find them, shall we? Oh, I do have a 10.6K fleet. How nice. A 6 and a 9.3. So let's tally that up. That's 26K, give or take. All right, 26K. They have more than that just in this one system, not to mention the next system over, not to mention the next system over. Do you see what I'm saying? We leave them alone. So anything that they want, they get. They just boss us around. Unfortunately, they're the little parrot that sits on our shoulder. Now, up to the north, we have the High Kingdom of Neborthar, who we've been at war with a couple of times now. We've taken much of their territory. I advanced from around Tissalum, this little spot. I don't know if you can see. I wish I could draw on the map. I said that before, I'll say it again. We had about these territories, and we recently moved in to conquer all of this. So we took it right out of their hands, and in fact, we even have some planets now that their people live on. So they have an avian race of ostrich-looking fellas. We've moved some of our own Irifal on, who we've assimilated, basically. They used to make claims on me from down here in the Feather Crown Empire, but I took over the Feather Crown Empire because of their insolence. And we're also not friends with the Skanuri consciousness, but our allies, the Hadadeshi, have been making short work of the Skanuri, and they have pressed them back into a very thin territory. Then, of course, we have the Gonvius Reavers, who hate us but haven't actually declared war on us yet. So they're pretty small too, and all three of these are easy to deal with at this point. So we're looking towards the future now. All right, and that's the current state of affairs with kind of where we are in the world. All you need to know is that our bestest friends are kind of getting a little bit towards the edge with us right now. These ugly mugs, okay? Get used to this face, screenshot it, print it, cut it out into a little square that fits in your wallet, fold it up, and look at it and kiss it every time before you go to sleep, because these people have saved us at least 5 times. But unfortunately right now, they're not that friendly with us. Since they invited me to war and I declined their war a few times, I lost a lot of relationship, and the bigger our borders grow, the more friction there is between our two great nations. I'm sensing maybe a turncloak in our midst at some point, and I'm pretty sure they have a better military than I do. It claims their technology level is superior to ours, which is not a good thing. They are also fanatic materialists, and they've been doing a better job of getting science than we have. But I got a few other things I want to show you. That's your future hubby, Veronicorn? Well, you know, if you want, I can have a little chat with Chairman Sareem Din Hulos on your behalf. I could just offer you as tribute. Anyway. Tillyzard, thank you for 10 months. Lurking rule number 1, don't draw attention to yourself. But you have to. You have to share it with everybody. It's fun that way. But thanks for hanging out, Tillyzard. Thank you for 10 months in a row. Enjoy hiding in the shadows and our galactic conquest today. Thanks for being here. Will you be my best man? Well, you see, that depends. That depends on what the ladies on the other side of the aisle look like. I'm just joking. Please, no. Please, no. It's worth noting that conquering anyone for any reason will piss off the entire universe. We don't vassalize or tributary. Most of the galaxy doesn't really hate us that much as you think, Metal. Right now, taking a look at our contacts, there are quite a few people in the... What's the initial stage of joining a federation called? I don't remember what it's called. Let me take a look and see. Association status. Yes, we have an association status with arguably the best, but also the only federation in the galaxy. So nobody... The two main members of the federation are actually not very strong. But if everybody graduates from association status, there's gonna be like 8 of us in the federation, and they're not gonna want to kill me because we're in the same federation. As long as I don't, you know, go against their wishes or whatever the case may be. All right, there's a couple other important little things, little nuggets of information I want to show you inside of our borders before we deal with the notifications at the top of the screen. Obviously, we've looked at Gerard and how this is an enigmatic fortress that we're not going to conquer anytime soon. But more importantly, we have some interesting natural wormholes that may be able to be tapped into. I feel like I have the technology to do one of these. If not the wormhole, then certainly the gateway, which I think is here. Yeah, we have a disabled gateway that's turned green. I recently researched the technology to figure out what this is. I don't want any spoilers, chat, from you Stellaris veterans out there. I don't want to know what could be there. I just want to do it and find out, because I haven't played this before. So I appreciate your... what's the word? Reticence, I guess, in that aspect. There was something else. Oh, yes, we have completed a main story mission in this great system. Look at Iracia. Look at this. This is a lot of science, okay? This is the most you'll ever find on one planet in my whole kingdom, my civilization. We have 10 physics research, 10 society, and 10 engineering coming from the homeworld of the Iracians, which was my main situation quest. We have 2 more main quests, and they're a little ways away. What is this? Using techniques from the ancient mining drones, we've pinpointed a handful of star systems that might have mineral-rich planetary bodies, but more importantly, we were procuring alien specimens, and we have 3 more to go. So not only did we get all that science, we also got a 12-mineral green planet here. 12 minerals is quite a lot, people. That is more than most systems have. And then we have 10 energy credits, plus a little 3 there too, and an extra 4 minerals. So all in all, that system produces 15 energy and 16 minerals for us. So every system, for those of you that don't know how Stellaris works, every system produces resources. It's up to you to build mining stations and research outposts to tap into them. Once you've tapped into them and they turn green like these have, which is why I typically hide them so you get less confused, we add them to our tallies up here. And as long as we stay positive, then we're doing good, right? Want to stay positive energy. If we keep building too many ships, too many other buildings, it's going to get into the negative, but I have a good store. 21,000 energy is the most we've ever had. 170 minerals per tick is decent. It's pretty good for what we've got going right now. And you get plus 170, plus 40, and plus 62 every month. So you can see the calendar at the top right of the game. If you're watching at less than 720p, you might struggle to see what the date is, but that's okay. And then, of course, we've got food to make sure our people are fed. I have maximum food storage right now. We're in peace times, so I've upped our food stock. We got a lot of influence to spend, and we're getting 5 per month. Looks like most of it's coming just from base effects or research and things. We have 1.5 from factions and 1.5 from rivals. So all in all, really, really good on influence gain. Unity's going up at a very good rate as well. And this is what gets us our kind of like end game tech tree bonuses. We got a little bit too much military capacity. Our naval capacity is skyrocketed because of the battleships that I built to try to take down the fortress. We can do 1 more star base, and star bases are a little outpost that you can build either in standalone systems to try to block important areas like I did here. Like Inigor, for example, is a little bit of a junction between the territory up to the top, to the right, and to the bottom, and it kind of blocks off the enemy. So if I take a look at it a little bit closer, you can kind of see it's just a big defensive platform. So this one's 5.7k in power level, but it's not even the strongest one I have. I believe the one I bulked up the most is down here in Eam. Well, I think I was bulking it up. Maybe I need to bulk it up some more. This is a fancy star fortress, which is not quite the biggest, but it is a big boy. And it has room for 2 more modules. So we're gonna have a lot of stuff to do before I unpause, so I hope you got a nice drink, maybe a nice coffee, get a snack, because we're gonna be sitting here paused, taking care of stuff, because at the end of the last stream, we just got done with a fresh war. We built a bunch of military, and we're preparing to kind of hold the borders, and I need to do that with another star base, probably in Usk-Sion, just to try to hold down. I think this is the biggest threat right now, is the Vatnika. So that's definitely one thing I want to do right now, is start upgrading to a starport, just to try to help us out here. Anywho, Sun Genova. Hi, handsome boy. I love you in German. Thank you for the 100 bits, for the kind words. You're making me blush. No, but thanks for hanging out. Appreciate the bits. Hope you're having a good day. Clive Rip has now gifted a sub, getting in on the action. Has given 4 gift subs. Wow. You gave the sub to the person who gave bits. Did you kind of like bought a sub from somebody else? But thanks, Clive, and congrats, Sun Genova. Is it Sun or is it Sonny? Because I want to say Sun, but also like Sunny is like a cute name. I'm gonna do some Slay the Spire. Have fun, Ganaga. We'll be playing that also tomorrow. Hey, Vanish. Etalyx, I love you. Welcome, welcome, kindness bots. Yeah, I love that new Twitch feature. Just the kind word bots, you know, really just keep my spirits up in what can otherwise be sunny or sunny. How do you say N-E-H? Because that could be like a nay, or it could be like a E. Either way, as you should know by now, I'll call you whatever I want to call you. I'll call you Son Goku if I have to. You understand? I hate you and everything about your face. Get him out of here. Not even a sub. Get out, Lieutenant Campbell. You're outnumbered. Corner him, chat. Corner him. Back him up in the corner. I'm just kidding. Hey, Medj. How are you? A horse goes neigh. No, a horse goes N-E-I-G-H. That's how you spell neigh. N-E-I-G-H. Yeah, the mean word bots are here too. No, those aren't bots. Those are just the normals. Those are the regulars. Was there anything else significant that I wanted to look at or that you guys are curious about? Again, if you're not really familiar with Stellaris and something on the screen confuses you, feel free to ask and I will try to do my best, or someone else in the chat will be able to help you. But I don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed, because it is a game. We're a very late game right now and it's easy to get overwhelmed. So I'm going to try and describe everything that I do as I do it, and hopefully it'll make sense. First of all, I want to get these notifications off the screen at the top. These are just the important things we want to handle before we do anything else. I know we have a timed project, and you get timed projects after battles are complete. Usually it's a destroyed ship wreckage, and we can use a science ship to come help us out there. So way, way up there in the Skunuri consciousness territory that we just freshly claimed. So we did a small war with Skunuri to take like 4 systems. And those systems bestowed upon me some minerals, a teeny bit of science, but mostly just a leg into... Do you see what I did here on purpose? I got a crossroads. I went all the way to Tiakia. The reason is because now I can go left and right. So if I ever do get into a war against Hadadeshi, heaven forbid, I have another way to access them. So I have 1, 2, 3, which is also good for them, of course. But if I want to go, you know, further into the Gonvia's Reavers, I can do that. I just wanted to kind of get this because it seemed like an important crossroad. I have no clue how this game works. Well, that's okay. At this point, I just listen. Fair enough. Do I need to watch the last VOD for this stream to make sense? I don't think so, Atronics. You'd probably need to watch at least 5 VODs for it to make sense. But the last one would be just as confusing. So, welcome. Hope you're doing good and hope you're ready to learn. But yeah, where was I? Oh, yeah, the time project. I want a science ship to come up, and I can see where my science ships are by double-clicking them. So we have one in the boiler assisting with research here. So what I'm going to do is send that science ship up to go ahead and research the blown-up ship. So it's going to take him a long time to get there. And then I'm going to send the other science ship instead to kind of help with the research. So what I do with these science ships is basically, with technology, I can have them assist in planetary research, because on the planets themselves, we have a number of buildings that house scientists who are helping us with our technology levels. So anytime you see a building that has these little 3 icons and numbers underneath them, those are research buildings. So like here, we're researching primarily physics, because there's a number 5. Here, we're primarily researching society, because the green number 6. And then here we're primarily researching engineering. So you can see what we're focusing on with each building based on which is the biggest number. So I have a science ship go over because they kind of, you know how like the ISS, the International Space Station, kind of orbits around the Earth? That's kind of what these science ships do. They orbit around the planet and kind of help with the scientists on the ground. That's how you can think about it. How does this compare to EU4? I don't know. I haven't actually played Europa Universalis Pulse Transfer. This is kind of my first real grand strategy that I've gotten into. I did play some of Hearts of Iron, but not nearly as much as I played Stellaris. What's up, Captain Crapton Crunch? How you doing? Doozy, and I'm glad that you are at least at one with your robotness. Wow, I'm getting paid money now. I'm getting paid money right now from Damscaster, who's really, really jealous. You jealous of this? Take a pic. It'll last longer. No, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. I know you're joking. I'm not. Udo cool, you can take out the mercenaries without any penalty. They are treated like pirates. Wrong. Incorrect. I cannot take out the mercenaries because they have a combined power level of around 50,000. So I will be waiting on that, actually. All right, the timed project is now being researched, or at least we have somebody moving into position. We have to deal with unemployed pops next. And that's probably going to be on my Wokebots planet. Yes, we have a planet of Wokebots. Historically, in context, this is the planet of Zimpok. For reference, the boiler is my capital, the capital of the crustacean nation. So a few jumps away, we discovered that there were, in fact, well, we did some research. I found a site buried underground. It contained consciousness that was stored onto hard drives, I guess. And we put the hard drives inside of a robotic body to create a conscious race of robot people. That's who these are. That's who these Wokebots are. And the Wokebots are now joined by cyborg lobsters and wasp robots to work the planet. And on this planet, we just have pops that aren't doing anything right now. So I need to go ahead and build them some buildings because there are quite a few empty spaces here. Hey, look, I'm only 50 minutes late. What's up, CS King? How you doing? I have to get this game. Yes, Schleppard, I am serious. That is what happened on this planet. So you'll notice that the ones that don't have a building behind them in their portrait are the ones that are currently on an empty tile. So I want to give them a place to work. So I'm kind of looking at what this planet is probably going to be specialized for, and I noticed that I've got mostly science and research buildings here. So on all the empty spaces, we're going to continue and make this just a mecca of science. So normally you don't start the game with this many options for buildings, and in fact, I don't really have that many options, but I am going to do mostly basic science labs here. So we're going to do one. We're going to do another basic science lab to give these lobsters some work, to put their smarts to the test. And I have another one kind of coming in here. This guy's sitting on food, which we have way too much food, but it is a 3 spot on food. So well, this one's a 5. So let's build up the 5 first. Get a hydroponics farm. So what these buildings do is just enhance the naturally available resources, right? So even without a building, this particular buttercrust fella is gathering food from the land. This very rich land to have 5 food on a tile. That's quite high. So we put a farm down to just make that 5 a 7 because it adds 2. So, well, it's 4 by default. I don't know where the 5 is coming from. Maybe a bonus given by one of the leaders. However, the point still stands. Then I want to go ahead and upgrade the planetary administration. This is kind of the planetary capital, not the nation, not the galaxy capital, but on each planet there's a capital, and upgrading it is good for adjacency bonuses. So we're going to make it into a planetary capital, and now it's going to confer a bonus to all tiles that it touches. So we're going to get more energy from the top. We're going to get not more science, unfortunately, but we will get more food from the bottom as well. But this was the best place to put it at the time. I know it doesn't seem like that, but it was. Actually, I think they put it there. I don't think I put it down. I think they did. Yeah, I think the robots are the ones who are the cause of this problem. And then the final empty tile, let's do another science lab and then cover up this food with more science. We're going maximum science at this point. So no more pops that aren't going to be doing anything for us. Now I have some inactive buildings, so let's go to the system where that is located. Here at Sea Salt. Sea Salt has buildings that don't have anyone working them right now, so let's move one person up to man the building. What are you guys doing right now? Sounds like an interesting world, yeah. It's cool, just the random events that can change the course of the game. Lieutenant Campbell. The mecca of science with a robot. I like it, Core Gaming. I like it. Those Pog champs. For Udo cool, don't encourage him. It doesn't need any encouragement. So what I want to do is fill in the rest of these buildings, and that's going to happen kind of naturally over time. So what I've been doing is kind of sending in some pops from other planets, because this is the newest one that we've acquired. This is the one that we just took in the war, so you'll notice that everyone here is very unhappy. They all have red on their happiness meters, and the less happy they are, the more likely they are to revolt. So we have a medium unrest level right now. I've tried to curb that by getting one of my peacocks, who they're not that faithful. The peacocks are not really that faithful, but they are manning a stronghold right now, which I'm going to upgrade. So we're going to upgrade the stronghold to a fortress. It's going to help contain the unrest even more, but more importantly, it's going to protect all these people from orbital bombardment. So if I have some enemies that want to come down and mess us up, then that's how they would do it. But also you can lower the unrest, I think, by migrating some other populations. So let's try that now, actually. I would like to find a planet that has some more peacocks, probably. Let me take a look at sea salt surface again. What do I have? Food? Spot's empty, mostly. What would I want to put on this food spot? We don't really need any more energy. They already are producing a ton here. I might just want to produce some minerals. Nothing fancy. Gonna have to squish that down. Where is my planetary capital? It's right here. So kind of wasted on the energy production bonuses. I also want to get the society research to upgrade. And is there anything else that I want to do on this planet? Let's go ahead and send somebody to work the energy and the 2 food spots. What are you guys doing? Turning into spammy boys. 20% of chat, tactical paragraphs, 80% of chat is crank. You know, fair enough. I'm glad you guys are having those conversations, though, because they're probably over my head as just a casual player. But I think we're playing on normal difficulty, but I'm playing with aggressive AI, in case you're curious. So the challenge comes from the fact that the AI is very aggressive and wants to kill me. Let's send a couple of happy peacocks if we can find them. So I'm clicking on a couple of different systems that have a planet to try to find some who are feeling a little bit better than the rest. I think we're just gonna send the penguins, because the penguins are, even though they're not as efficient at the jobs, they generally are happier. So like, I'm gonna forcefully resettle this penguin over to our newest planet at Sea Salt. So I'm just gonna drag him over, fill in the food space if I want to, or is somebody already going here? Species rights for population does not permit residence on this planet. Can anyone explain that one to me? This is the first time I've seen that. Am I still an admiral? We'll look at the leadership here in just a moment, Golden Fishy. Hey, straight out of Twitch. Streamer versus one spammy boy? I think it's spammers versus one streamy boy. Do the penguins not have rights to go over to Sea Salt yet? I don't think we have any policies that would forbid them from leaving. Resettlement is allowed. There's no slavery. Slavery is prohibited. Refugees are welcome. There's no servitude for anyone but artificial intelligence. Set their rights in the species tab. Okay. Let's take a look at the species tab then. Where are my little penguins? There's penguin and penguin superiors. Penguin superiors have migration enabled, no population controls. Oh, this is a good thing, huh? Yeah, I probably do want to control this population then. I don't really want the Irifal to continue to populate, but I don't know if I have the right to tell them to stop. Their happiness goes down by 10% if you tell them to stop copulating. Make the penguins full citizens because they're good boys. Are they not? They're resident citizens right now. Pops are free but may not engage politically, and the species cannot produce. Oh. Pops of this species are altered over time to better match the dominant species of the empire. I feel like that should be what the peacocks are, because the peacocks have the worst ethics. But yeah, let's give the penguins full citizenship, I guess, or at least assimilation. Let me look at their civics, or their traits. Excuse me. They're strong, communal, slow learners, serviles, taxation without representation. Yeah. Migration controls enabled. All right, we're gonna turn off migration controls. No population controls. Colonization rights. You know what? I'm only gonna let them be full citizens if they convert to superior penguins, because those are the robotic penguins. Those are the cyborgs. So we'll say colonization allowed. Species can produce armies, generals, and admirals. I think that's fine. No, I want everyone that has full service to be a robot now. That's gonna be how it goes. Living standard, impoverished conditions. Most of the species lives in poverty and squalor. Many commodities are only accessible to the wealthy elite. So they're 10% less happy, but they produce 0.75 more consumer goods. Isn't that minerals related? Draw up a penguin constitution. I feel like I need to at this point. You know what? I'll give them, you know, consumer goods use goes up +1. That's only 0.25. Social welfare, their happiness shoots up, but consumer goods usage shoots up too. Let's do decent living standards. Let's see. Watch these numbers: 48 and 170. I want to see what happens. Did anything change? 48 and 1. Keep an eye on those when I unpause eventually and see if that changes. All right, we're gonna give them decent living standards so they're happier. And right now, let's leave them at residence. They cannot produce leaders. That's fine. We're gonna go to the superior penguins now, and they can have full citizenship. They can have, you know, robotic. Do we want to do like a robotic elite where they get social welfare or academic? Ooh. Happiness +10, engineering output, physics, and society output. I didn't realize I could go in and change this to get more science. I could have a race of science engineers on every single science planet. But I'm not going to do it for them, obviously. So social welfare will have a negative impact. The March of the Penguins for rights! Either I missed that button or they added it later. I don't know. I haven't really messed with it either. Can you set default rights? I don't want to because I don't want to mess everything up. Because that's going to do it for every single race. Science penguins. No, the science penguins are slow learners, so they're the worst. They're actually the worst. Leadership experience gain. So they don't make good technology scientists. And but they would make good admirals, probably, because they're strong. We just couldn't have them as scientists. But yeah, we're gonna give them decent living conditions too. We'll have a full military service. Like I said, I do want them to make armies, generals, and admirals. Colonization allowed, no population controls, and no migration controls. Okay. Let's look at the Buttercrust. These are our standard people. Allows pops of the species to move between our colonies unrestricted. I mean, normally this is the way it is because they won't move by themselves. I think I don't have to have migration controls off if I want to move them personally. So this means like you could have a really important building that they just vacate to go somewhere else. So I don't want to turn those off, but I don't want them to have population controls. What is it? Transubstantiation synthesis. Happiness -25%, but since they're part machine, their consumer goods use goes up +2. So being a machine makes them unhappy. And I have them on assimilation, altered over time to better match the dominant species of the Empire. Isn't that what they are? Aren't they the dominant species, or am I crazy? I'm pretty sure they're the dominant species, so wouldn't I want to give them full citizenship so they can be cyborg leaders? But that goes down to decent living standards, which makes their happiness better. This is the buttercrust, not the penguins. I'm changing the lobsters right here. Have you encountered the curator order? I have. I have, actually. I've talked to a few different curators and we've paid them before. We actually have enough energy to do so. Oh, this is just regular buttercrust. Ah, I see. No, I can't change it back. But they should still have... Oh, I see. Yeah, I messed it up then. I understand. I didn't do the correct buttercrust. Huh. Well, when can I change it back? It says 2375. That's in 10 years. That's not that long in this game. Just tell me when, can you guys remind me when this number gets to 2375, please? Thank you. Okay, we have full citizenship for the metas. Yeah, I did that incorrectly. I probably want the meta buttercrust to have academic privilege and just consume more goods. That's gonna increase it by 50% though. But that, we do need the science. So we just lost a bunch of minerals basically. But I got engineering and physics and society output up 10% across the board, which I feel like is worth it. No population or migration controls. All right, that's pretty much all I need to do for now. Irifal, we're gonna have changed from impoverished. How do I make them assimilation? Let's make them assimilation. We're altering them over time, because screw those guys. They're already very unhappy as it is. I'm just gonna make them even unhappier because we need to make them better. We need to make them machines. But we're gonna give the Irifal that are part machine full citizenship. No, we'll give them residence. Because these guys suck. The Feather Crown Empire was terrible. But they don't need to live in impoverished conditions, do they? Their happiness is already so low. Limited military service is fine. They're not that strong anyways. Alright, that's pretty much all we need to mess with for now. Hey, Riley Raccoon. What's up? I'm not gonna reset or reload yet. The reason I'm not doing academic privilege Golden Fishy is for everybody is because it costs so much more. We just lost like 45 minerals per month. And here in the boiler, this is the only real, this is one of our main science hubs. And then the other main science hub is gonna be here in Zimpok. So Zimpok is still in construction, so right now the only people that really hard practice science are the Meta Buttercrust. So they're the only ones that make sense. Can I get a tour of your galactic empire? That was kind of the first 30 minutes of the stream in Sandom, but I'll give you the bird's eye view so you can see how far we stretch in either direction. Is Apocalypse worth it? Thrumbo, it's hard for me to answer that. It depends on how much you've played the first game. For me, I only played vanilla for like 30, 40 hours. And I basically stopped playing for like a year and a half. Then I came back and put all the DLC together. And now I'm playing with all the DLC at once. So I've had a lot of fun kind of seeing how the game's evolved since then. But I can't really compare that to, you know, the other expansions because I didn't play them individually. All right, we only have a couple more notifications left. We have one in active building, but we don't need the energy right now anyways. And then we have the Boiler Star Base has finished its construction queue, and we are currently upgrading this to a Star Fortress. So let's go ahead and unpause. We're gonna go on fast and see what happens, you know? I see that there are some Vatnaka raiding fleets in here that are a different color from everybody else. What's up with these guys? Why are they gray and these ones are red? This is a 9.6k fleet. Maybe it's just another leader? They do have different factions inside the Vatnaka. The mercenaries, you know, split up and do their own thing sometimes. The new patch has changed the game, but I think it's for the better. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Back in vanilla, I always played with only hyperlanes because I thought the warp drives and the other FTL travel methods were just kind of boring. So I always played like this, and I'm glad they made it official and actually balanced the game around it. That was what made me really want to come back and play again. Those are some pretty big changes, and I think it made the game significantly better. Hello, Etalyx, I'm here. Hi, Z-Man. Glad you can make it. When are you gonna kill everyone? We kind of have been. I mean, we started here. This used to be the size of my empire. And over the last few weeks, maybe the last month, we've been killing everybody. That's why these kingdoms are so tiny now. So like, High Kingdom of Neborthar is only this big. The Gonvius Reavers, who are fanatical purifiers, are only that big. And the Scanuri Consciousness, or other enemies, are only that big because we've been killing everyone. So right now, let's take a look at what we're researching and also our leaders. Let's go normal for now, just so things can kind of happen in the background. We're working on Awesome Aura is making 0-point reactors for us. This is the next tier of energy reactors that power every single one of my ships in the Navy. Matthew Trains Gaming is working on starbase capacity +2, so we can build 18 star bases instead of 16. It's always a good thing to have. And is that? I thought that was supposed to be Andreasa. Did I forget an N? Andreasa? You're now Andreasa. Whatever. The N is silent. We're working on advanced afterburners, which are only tier 2, so they're quite quick to research. Basically, it makes all my ships go 10% faster than they do normally in sublight. And they evade incoming fire a little bit more efficiently. So sublight speed basically means how long does it take you to get from side to side in one solar system. Now, that doesn't have any impact on the FTL, but we have FTL drives for that. What are we going to kill today? The Reavers really haven't been threatening us yet. They haven't even made a single claim. My goal, since I think that Hadedeshi is kind of handling Scanuri, is to handle the High Kingdom of Neborthar, and also get to an endgame crisis. So that's kind of the plan. Around the year 2400, which is in 34 years in game, we will start to get tempted by potential endgame crisis. But yeah, what I would like to get from the Scanuri, that I want to get Sol. So if I haven't made a claim on Sol already, this is the Earth solar system. This is our solar system, and it is very rich in resources. So I definitely want to lay claim to that. We do have 742 influence, so it should be pretty easy for us to claim. I'm going to start by claiming Gallia. That's only 28, so we can make that claim. Then we can claim Swir, which is 42. And then we can claim Sol, which I don't think anyone has claimed it yet. So a quick war to just strike into the heart of Sol and take that over would be huge. But we would also be warred by the people on our right over here, the High Kingdom, so I would have to make sure we were protected against them. Anything else that I want from this spot would probably include Irelium ore, which I don't need, but it's nice to have. Skiru is a pretty good system, but that's much closer to our allies than it is to us. And it is also unclaimed. But I don't want to spend all of my influence in one place. So we're down to 588. That's not that low, though. I don't need Kraz. I don't really need Aglikopis. What a name. Gurum is energy that I don't really require. I just want the minerals in Skiru. So let's just claim the 3 for now, because I think Sol's the most important. I don't want to get bogged down by too many claims. Does claiming make people other than the current occupant mad? I don't think so, Mercurial. I don't think so. If you do declare war on them, that can make the other empires mad. This game seems complicated. How hard is it to learn? Archmage, it's definitely a kind of game you want to restart a bunch of times as you figure it out, but it actually has a pretty good tutorial. Like your first play, if you have tutorial enabled, you'll be surprised with how quickly you start picking up the systems. The complex issues are a little bit more hidden. Like just today, I messed with species like rights. You don't have to do that stuff though to still enjoy the game, but you get to. You know, it has a little bit more depth if you're willing to dig into it. It's not as difficult as a lot of other Grand Strategy or 4X games. Did you just say Sol? I did, Corey Gaming, because this is, in fact, the Sol system. Does that look familiar? you think this continental world looks slightly familiar? Interesting. Weird, you know? What a coincidence. This is the tutorial. But yeah, the restarting is fun because every start is different. You're in a different corner of the galaxy. You have different neighbors. You have different potential allies. Maybe you're trying a pacifist run. Boring. Or you're trying a militarist run. You can like become a robot consciousness that purges all life and makes them robots. There's a lot of fun ways to do it. And the gameplay's gotten better with the patches. No, but I do want to do a pacifist run at some point, though. That's just a bunch of defensive wars. Haudenosaunee Stellar Directorate and Skanuri have declared themselves rival. They kind of go back and forth on that. I'm not sure why with the AI. Steropi has finished its construction. Let's take a look at Steropi now. It is located here in my system. And the reason that I put this down is because there's a tundra world. And I'm probably going to want to expand a colony to that tundra world. So we're looking at this little habitable green marker, and it lets me know there's a nice surface area here where we could put down a new colony, perhaps. I'd probably land right there, because we have energy already on the spot, minerals, energy. Science won't get the benefit of the adjacency, but that's okay. Still a really great place to expand into. And in fact, I probably want to do it now. I'm not sure why I haven't already, because 22 is 22, you know? So let's actually take a look at our expansion planner. And the reason why I have so many planets I can expand into now is because of the fact that we just made everybody become robots. Robots can go anywhere. Like, we do have a few regular old-fashioned robots, right? Like these guys. These dudes are regular old default hard manual labor robots. They can pretty much go wherever you want them to go. But normally, like, my lobsters can't go to whatever planet they want. Like, maybe they don't thrive on a desert world. Let's take a look at the habitability. Now they do, because they're meta buttercrusts. Because they have become part cyborg, they're part robot themselves, so they can inhabit more worlds. Whereas if you look at all the way to the bottom, the Azerians only have a 75% compatibility. So I have a lot more planets to expand into because I forced my entire citizenship to basically compromise their freedoms and become part robot, which is pretty awesome. So with that in mind, we're going to sort by size and look at the biggest plots of land, which is Steropi and Rubies. Was I not colonizing these already? No, I don't have any colony ships here. We have so many factions now, I literally can't keep up with that. I'm going to minimize that screen because I can't even see it. I don't even want to see it. But yeah, we're going to focus on Steropi and Rubies first. So let's find out where Rubies is. Rubies is all the way up here to the northwest. That's a pretty decent spot to colonize, actually, because it's right on the border with Haudenosaunee. It's nice to have a jump-off point. We already have a decent station here. So I say, let's go for it. Now, who do we want to live here? Probably just more meta buttercrust. They seem to be, they're our homeboys. They're the ones that have been around the longest. They have the best stats. So yeah, we're going to colonize from the tank, which is our capital. And we're going to go to the spaceport, build a colony ship. And that should just pick the meta buttercrust automatically. But you can choose if you want to colonize with penguins, with any of the other races, you totally can. And then the bib, let's check the surface. Yep, meta buttercrust, just to be safe. Just had to look. Extra food there, we don't need. Oops. Do that one more time. So colony ships are super expensive, right? They cost 8 energy and upkeep per colony ship, but when you're making plus 81 in the mid game, going into the late game, that's no problem. But early game, 8 energy and upkeep is crazy. Like, that's just insanity. But right now, it's nothing. We have too much energy. I don't know what to do with it all. We can't get enough minerals. All right, so we got 2 colony ships. You know what would have been easier? Let's do this differently. I'm going to show you guys how to do this better. We're going to delete both of those and do this from the colony expansion planner. Because here, I can just click on where I want to colonize and say, like, hey, let's go from the tank. And then I click on them, colonize, and set where I want them to colonize. Boom. Ditto for Rubies. I know I want to go to this planet because look how much room there is. And then I'm going to go, okay, now I want to go from the bib. I want the meta buttercrust. Look at all their stats. They're wasteful. They die faster, but man, are they resilient and smart. So we're going to colonize them too. So we have 2 different colony ships going from 2 different planets of origin to 2 different planets in destination. What do I want to crush? I mean, I feel like this is probably the best. I don't want to crush the minerals It's okay to build on top of energy, but you don't want to build these in the corners because you want to take advantage of the bonus. So eventually we'll be able to remove these blockers. So I'm gonna say this is probably gonna be long-term the best spot. So we got rubies prime, and we've got, I don't know why they want to automatically be primes, but that's fine. Anyway, now they'll automatically go, and I don't have to tell them manually, and that gets kind of annoying. You're my fave tuber. Oh, thanks, Anon Love. But now I'm not a tuber. We might have to change that name around. But thanks. It's not like being a cyborg is a bad thing. It kind of is, though. It does have a negative, I'm pretty sure. The negative is everyone else hates you more. So your pops that become cyborg actually makes everyone fear you because you're part robot. So it can have adverse effects on your relationship with other colonies. With other contacts, rather. Right now, we are most beloved by the Zuifan Republican Dominions and the Stakashi. We've had trade deals with them for a while. We're trading technology. League of Best Coral likes us also. I wonder if I can do a deal with them. They are materialists. Let's, do we want to offer a migration treaty? I don't know. How strong are they? They are equivalent across the board. Enter a migration treaty with this empire. Our populations will be able to freely move between both empires. I don't know. I don't see a reason not to. Is there a reason not to do migration treaties? Yeah, contact the Trader Enclave. That's what I plan on doing. Next time we play Stellaris from a new save, which we probably will because I've been enjoying myself, but we might take a little break once we're done with Stellaris, you know, in between. But I want to do like a Dominion kingdom where we just have a bunch of vassals that keep conquering and work for us instead of just trying to eliminate them. Robots are just misunderstood. They try, you know, they're just so ugly. Everyone hates them. Major Spacer, what up? Germa isn't here, so you'll have to do. Yeah, this Sub's not here, so I guess you'll have to do. What I missed, G-Man? Not much so far, we've just been hanging out. Aren't you an associate to a galaxy-wide government? I am, Golden Fishy. We are in the Galactic Axis. I'm still looking to see if there's a migration penalty. I'm just gonna go ahead and take it. We could be allies with these guys later on because they are equivalent to us across the board. Their fleet is just as strong as we are. They have enough space. They have same technology level. So let's unpause, let them have time to ponder over that. They have decided to accept it, and now we're gonna offer them a trade deal. So we will try to get a research agreement, and they have about 32 plus 9, 41 technologies that we do not have, whereas I only have 17. So they are getting the raw end of this deal, which is why they really don't want to accept it at minus 27. So I have to sweeten the pot, and I don't think it's possible because I just don't have enough money. I'm playing video games to get away from my problems. No, I'm just kidding. They definitely don't want energy credits. No one does at this stage in the game, which is unfortunate. And they don't want food either. I bet they don't want information. Active sensor link helps. Maybe what I'll do is just try to go for like a 10-year deal instead of a 30-year deal because it's easier to convince them. What about a monthly transfer? Wow, I can't afford to give them 30 minerals per month. To push them over the edge would cost me 1,200 minerals for 10 years. That's just not worth it for me right now. So, I love you, Best Coral. Maybe you'll love me more after we start, you know, migrating some peeps around. Let's go ahead and talk to the Enclave. Can you aid us in our research? They are already improving our research capacity, so we're already getting a 10% bonus from the space mushrooms, and this should be reflected on the research technology screen, actually. And if you're looking at this super long list, it's around the middle, and it says Curator Insight plus 10%, so it's making all of our research 10% faster, but we're paying them a bunch of energy credits. So that already happens. You have way more people, so it will barely matter. You talking about the migration? Sign the agreement? I already have. Our trade treaty with League of Best Coral is timed out. Research agreement. Isn't that what I was just looking at? Yeah, apparently we already had one, but it just timed out fresh. So it's not worth picking back up again, I think, for now. Now, what else was I gonna do? Right, we have colony ships moving into position in rubies. So why don't we go ahead and make this a little bit different? Because this is gonna have a colony in it, so we may not want it to be completely guns and missile batteries, right? We're probably gonna want, for example, a shipyard up here. Because it's what, 1, 2, 3, it's 4 jumps away from the boiler. That's not that far. But a shipyard gives me the opportunity to repair ships at this border junction. You see what I'm saying? So it wouldn't hurt. We don't need trading hubs anymore. Maybe I'll just upgrade it to a star fortress and put the shipyard in the new empty spots that we get from the upgrade. What do I have down here? Disruption field generator and a target uplink computer. So effectively what these do, they're just little modifications onto this big space station that inhibit enemy FTL jumps and also shoot them from 50% further away. A listening post may be a good thing once we get an upgrade so that we can spy on our friendly neighbors. Starting to feel a little guilty about the things that I'm saying, but what do you want from me? Other than that, I'm trying to remember the most important parts that I don't have yet. Allied ships shoot 10% faster is interesting. Curator think tank requires an enclave in the system. That seems cool, but I don't think we have that. I'm not really sure how to build that. Deep Space Black Site is Unrest -20, which we've been building a bunch. Speaking of Unrest -20, I will take a look at that in a second. I don't think I need any of these right now. Nebula Refinery requires a nebula. Do I have a nebula? I do. I have the Zidonus Nebula, but do I really want to build like a outpost way out here just to mine a little bit? I don't have that much space for more star bases. I don't have any space right now, actually. All right, that reminded me. We just conquered Riador. So let's go in here. Did I already make a Deep Space Black Site? I did. Excellent. That's just going to lower the unrest a bit. All right, let's unpause again and go on our way. Migration Treaty just gives monthly trust. Good. We could use it. Hello, Alfred Artie. How are you doing tonight? Give what to a governor? Speaking of governors, let's look at our leadership right now. We have Stunt Crab as governor of the laboratory sector. Let that sink in for a second. Next is Mr. Author Dude governing the drumstick sector. And sectors are split up by these little thin transparent white lines, so you can kind of see where I have the sectors right now. So for example, let's keep the leadership page open. Well, it's too big, but Mr. Author Dude, the drumstick sector is down here, for example. So you see this like white line that kind of traces across some of these systems. Mr. Author Dude governs all this territory and manages it all by himself, little AI guy. I can come in and make manual decisions, and then CJ is governing the core sector, which is, wait, the core sector is everything else, but then of course we have the laboratory sector, which is down here with Bolton. Now the laboratory should probably expand to Zimpok. We're about to colonize 2 more worlds. I can only reasonably manage 7. I can directly control 7 systems efficiently. So let's go ahead and expand his sector. Let's do, not, where is it? Planets and sectors, laboratory sector, we're going to manage you. I'm gonna add Zimpok. And also Furcod. Okay, this is nice and rounded off. We're gonna close that up. So now I have 6 of 7 directly managed colonized systems. So we're about to have 1 in Rubies, and then we're about to have another one down here in Steropi, which is here. And those colony ships should be on their way shortly. We have a free science ship who's done. I guess you did your research the way you were supposed to, so how about you head back, Fred Flintstone? Maybe assist us in Zimpok, actually, because this is where most of the science is going to be happening from now on. Speaking of science, we've got a lot of new science buildings now. What are we the weakest on? We actually caught up on society. We used to be way behind.
Active war zone in proximity.
Now we're behind on engineering research, so let's buff our engineering a little bit with engineering facilities. Look how cheap they are now. Where's the discount coming from here? Probably one of the governors gives us a building discount. But they do cost more in energy upkeep. I have plenty to spare, so that does not bother me. We're gonna do 2 engineering outposts. We can also do some more upgrades once we get a planetary capital, which I think is currently being upgraded right now. Yeah, that's what's being built. Let's see where this war is going on. Is Matthew Trains Gaming is ranked up to level 5, which used to be the maximum, but now we can go up to 7 due to upgrades. Who's at war? Hadadeshi Stellar Directorate. They don't even invite me to war anymore. They're like, screw you, I'm gonna take the Skinuri on my own, actually. Hopefully they don't take Sol. Let's see, how do I see if they have a claim on this? I guess I would just open up the claims menu, right? Yeah, it's just me. So if they don't claim it, they can't take it. There's no threat of the Hadadeshi taking it right out from under my nose. I could try to outclaim them and go to war if I wanted to. But I'm not gonna, because they would probably hate me for that. Did I ever die? I don't know, Etalyx. You may have gotten replaced or you may have died. Let's see, who's inside of the ships? We have Fred Flintstone in one science ship and Clive Rip in the other one, still just hanging out now in the boiler, assisting with research planet-side. Speaking of, 0-point reactor research is done, so that's a huge upgrade. That's one that we're not gonna be advancing on or improving upon for a long time to come. How are my scientists all rank 5? They can actually go up to 7 now, so they have room to grow. They live for a lot longer as cyborgs also, because right now we got a 91-year-old. That used to be time of death. Like, Asamara would be dead if we didn't research cyborgs. So that worked out really nicely. Option A, planetary shield generator. Makes it so bombardments are not as good. Colonies develop 50% faster. I mean, we could actually use that. We're literally doing it now. That would take me 14 months. That's pretty quick turnaround. I might just do that. Tachyon sensors allow us to just see and detect ship movements much further away. What is this? Dangerous rare technology. We could do Guardian Point Defense Systems, which is our tier 3 missile shooters. Plasma cannons, and we do need plasma cannons. Oh man. Sapient Combat AI. Ay, ay, ay. Running Sapient AI through high-intensity combat simulations yields valuable insight into potential optimizations for risk evaluation techniques. Hoo boy. Do it, dangerous something something. Do the danger. You're free to do what you want, but you shouldn't. What could go wrong? Let's just, listen, I'm just gonna see how many months it's gonna take. 61. So that's 5 years. That's in-game 5 years. It's gonna come back up again, even though it's rare. I mean, for example, we've seen planetary shield generators like 4 times. Like, I don't want to get killed by combat-ready artificial intelligence. We just became robots, like less than 2 decades ago in the video game. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Colony development speed plus 50% is what we need right this second. I'm about to colonize 2 new planets back to back. It'll come back up again when we're more ready. This is not the only time we're gonna see it, so get mad. See if I care. They're gonna get inside of our brains and they're gonna turn my robots against me. Chat is pissed. What else is new? They're always angry. Always angry about something, aren't you? All right, let's turn off detail map mode so it's a little bit less resource intensive, but more importantly, I want to see if there's anything left to build. I don't think there is. We've built everything else. So construct, oh, no, we have not. Hold on. Remember the thing I said? Listen, chat, we've used this analogy before, so I'm not gonna pretend like I just came up with it on the spot, but chat's fickle, right? You guys, you know what I'm talking about. When they get mad about one thing, all I gotta do is dangle the keychain over their crib. You know, I wake up in the middle of the night, I hear the baby crying on the baby monitor, so I go see what's wrong. Wah, you didn't pick the thing that would end the stream in an hour. Wah. All right, I get my keys out, I jingle the keys, and here's what we're gonna do instead. We're gonna go over here to wherever I have that disabled gateway and find out what's on the other side. Okay? Is that entertaining enough for you if I can just remember where it is located, because it has a specific symbol? The system contains a gateway. Here it is. Travel through the disabled gateway. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna send a science ship. So who wants to be the brave scientist to go through the gateway? Well, it'll probably end up being Clive, because it just makes more sense. Clive is closer. I don't want to wait as long. We're gonna go through the disabled gateway, find out where it takes us. Travel through the disabled gateway. Requires activation by upgrading the gateway. The Ukko-Praknar Interplanetary Coalition has denied us access to their gateways. The Kemplar has denied us access to their gateways. How? Okay, it also says it has to be up. Ooh, 5,000 minerals. All right, Clive, you're gonna just hang tight for a second, bud. We need to save some money. Daddy needs some money first, before you can go do anything, okay? Before I can take you to Toys R Us. Daddy's gotta save some money. Your keys don't jingle loud enough, Etalyx. Listen, but wait, there's more. Don't we have another wormhole around here somewhere? I know we have this wormhole. There's a wormhole in Brachium. Let's lay a claim on Brachium. Oh, this may be a mistake. I have no idea where this leads. Oh, there we go. Lay a claim on Brachium. Easy enough. They have a big boy station there, too. Attack the skull? You should have been here the last stream, some of that. We literally did that. I'm running out of ways to entertain you, my children. Gotta keep one up in myself every time. Wars are nice alternatives. That's true. We will be going to war, but before we do that, I want to... Ooh, naval capacity is rising. Speaking of naval capacity... we need to check all of my star bases. Yes, all of them, chat. Do the here. That's exactly why. That's why. This is supposed to be a combat-ready defensive station. However, what else can I put here? We currently have a crew quarters so that we can have ships sit there. Do I need a station here any longer? I feel like it's wiser to move it to Bristol, because I have Tartarus, I have Tissalum, and I have Igor. If I have Tissalum and Tartarus, the only way to get in is Bristol now. So Bristol cuts off their mode of transportation up top. So let's just delete this station altogether. Doesn't have anything that I'm gonna miss. Let's just downgrade it. I wish I got a refund on my minerals and stuff. Oh no, I did it because it has the wormhole in it. Now I remember why it's there. It's because there's a wormhole. What was my last save? God. Please be recently. I do it 2 saves a year. 23. It was 2 months ago in game. Did I do anything since then? No rewinds? Too late. Yeah, it's because sometimes the discs go through the wormhole and they come out the other side. I don't think we really did anything, though. I don't know. Whatever. I reloaded it anyways. We're on a new timeline. You chose a tech. Yeah, that's probably the... See, look, colony development speed is still researching, guys. I lost basically nothing. I don't think we did anything since then. All I did was change the destination of my science. Nope, they are where they're supposed to be. Close factions menu, and we are checking. So we may as well outfit it with some more stuff. What can I put in here? Maybe anchorages so that we can have more naval capacity would be good. So let's build 2 of those. And we don't need a listening post, a hydroponics bay. We may start needing some resource silos soon, just because we have so many resources. I think a disruption field generator might be nice. Communications jammer slows down enemy ships. Hyperlane registrar makes our ships faster to jump away. And command center makes friendly ships' fire rate go up. I'd rather do the one that makes their shields suck and their combat disengagement chance go down. It's very cheap. No, just the shield hit points one. I don't know, Command Center is very expensive, but what are the odds I'm gonna have friendly ships there? I guess is the question. I could go up from the boiler 1, 2, that's only 3 jumps away. Maybe I should do a Command Center, but that takes 5 energy and upkeep. How did I go down to 43? From, I was up to like plus like 80 not long ago. I'm not sure what I did. Not sure what I did. Dad, are we there yet? Not yet. You cannot save all the buildings. I don't even know what that means. You claim that one system. That's true. I did do that. Not that I really needed to. Because honestly, when you claim a wormhole system, it's kind of a threat to your entire system. Like, or rather to your entire civilization. I don't want to claim too much because I want to do a really fast war here in a second. Ghost of Toast is leveled up to rank 5 now. You have plus 10% energy credits across the board. Minus 10% for buildings. Great. The Eye for Talent is what lets us go to level 7 instead of 6, and you're cyborg. I dig it, Ghost of Toast. Keep doing what you do. I doubted you when you first joined us, but here you are. Hey, Dad, thank you for the bits. Have you considered adding costume cheer emotes? Explain? What are costume cheer emotes exactly? But thank you for the bits either way. Appreciate it. What? How do you even say your name? Custom. Oh, you wrote costume instead of custom. I understand. RC Newell. KO the best shot. I see that you have the word arse in your name, so I assume that's what you really wanted. But thank you for subscribing. I'm glad to have you. Sorry if I butchered your name or if that's the whole point. Maybe it is. Are your leaders immortal yet? They are not. But thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Much appreciated. Costume stream at 1,000 subs. No, Clive, but we will be doing something stupid if that ever happens. For that to happen, it's so far in the distant future that I don't even think about it. So I am not concerned. Kanaga, there's a difference. There's a difference. One is a word I'm not familiar with. The other is a word that I am. One is a risk, the other is not. Skinuri Consciousness has offered peace with the Hadadeshi. The attackers, in this case, were the Hadadeshi, I'm pretty sure. And they got 1 planet and 3 systems. So Hadadeshi are doing some mad expansion right now. We gotta get in on that action soon. Advanced Afterburner research is complete, and we need to check on our ships right now. But first, before we upgrade them, most of them will upgrade automatically. We'll need to check and just double check and see if they did it the right way. We got a Citadel. We could go to our top everything. You know, all of our stations would be able to go up another tier, but the Citadel's probably insanely expensive, and we're not exactly rich on minerals right now. We could do kinetic battery. These are for battleships. It's a battleship weapon that does super shield damage. Right now our battleships are hangars. And we do have point defense. So can anyone explain to me why I would want to go down flat cannons if, for example, I already have barrier point defense? Like, okay, let's click on this. Let's look at hide obsolete components so I can see the tier 1. Here is the Sentinel tier 1, and here's the flak battery tier 1. They use the same power. They cost the same. One is point defense energy, the other's kinetic. Their damage is 1 to 4 versus 1 to 3. Cooldown is the same. Accuracy is the same. Tracking is 10% compared to 50. And then range is 30 compared to 30. So the tracking is the biggest difference, but this one can do 25% more damage. Yeah, I understand kind of what tracking is. It's like their ability to follow their target, but when would you use point defense over flak battery, I guess? Because the tracking for missiles and stuff and the fighters seems pretty important. The range on them is better? I mean, range is 30 versus 30, at least tier 1. So maybe I should go for better point defense systems. Tracking does go up with tier 2 point defense to 20%. And I do have 2 fire control computers. And we have pretty good sensors. We're about to upgrade to, we just upgraded to better plasma thrusters, so we're base ship speeds up 50%. We got tier 5 reactors if we need them. Oh yeah, this is my favorite track. This is my favorite one. Yeah, the flak's unupgraded, but that's why I'm asking about it, because it's literally optional here that I could upgrade to. That's kind of what I was trying to ascertain. We've got Durasteel materials, which is just better armor for all of my ships. Standardized cruiser patterns, so this helps the cruisers get built faster and cheaper. Battleship hull points up. Then we can go down. These are just ones I have every time optional, but I'm not super tempted by any of them. Ripper autocannon can be nice on the smaller ships. I've been torn up by some of those myself. I'm thinking let's just go either armor or flak cannons right now. Maybe I'll do flak. I think we just need it. It's quick, it's easy, fast research, no big deal. So yeah, the more damage point defense that are slower would do more damage on destroyers and other small ships that aren't quite as fast. But that's why I have the strike fighters in the first place, right? That's why I have, which I need to upgrade these if I can. If I see a strike craft upgrade, I'm taking it, okay? So keep an eye out for that. I will too. We are using the best available plasma thrusters. The difference in our new ones, they are 40 more power consumption, a little bit more expensive in minerals. The base ship speed goes 25 to 50% faster, and the chance to evade doubles. Well, I mean, not outright, but the modifier doubles, which is important to me. We have hyperdrive 3s, awesome reactors. My battleship kind of sucks right now. It's very, very bad weaponry, but we've just fallen behind in the weapons race, unfortunately. Are there any ships that don't have... okay, keep an eye right here on Plasma Thruster 3. That's what we're looking at. Everything should have auto-upgraded, but we're just double-checking. Well, obviously these don't move, so they can stay still, and everything's looking good. Okay. I guess we can go a little bit faster. I don't think oh, no, I know I am missing something. I wanted to finish looking at my star bases because we have a lot of empty spaces. There's Eames Station all the way down here on the border, kind of like we said. Want to do another upgrade on the star hold. And there's no reason to even put modules in it yet. May as well just do the upgrade first. Okay, what do I want here? This is on the border. Probably want to do maybe a different type of weapon. Okay, this is Hangar Bay. Add a hangar for strike craft. Star base modifier. Ship hull points plus 10%. Armor points plus 10%. That's the same thing as the gun battery. So does this do anything different? Is there a reason to ever build a hangar over a gun battery? Is it just because it makes a type of weapon that the ships may not be prepared to handle? Like, because what? This is kinetic? Missiles are missiles? And then hangars are small ships they need point defense to take down? So maybe a couple hangar bays is not bad. Now I have a listening post. We probably don't need this. Let's replace the listening post with something better. Docked ship upkeep. I just don't think I'll ever be able to get ships down here fast enough. So I want things that can help me fight, which is going to be a disruption field generator. And then probably either a communications jammer or just something that is offensive from the get-go. Let's just do the communications jammer. I want to soup Eam up as much as I can. Small caliber weapons get a penalty towards larger ships. That's what I assumed. But it still stands to reason that the higher damage small caliber weapons that track lower would be able to do more damage to the larger ships than the flat cannons with lower damage. Hello, Arturito. How you doing today? Some of that, what's your question? Answer my question. No. That was a statement. That was an imperative statement. I will do no such thing. Hello, Wax Cecile. How you doing tonight? I'm going down the list of stations still, and I'm not going to get distracted this time, okay? Let's find out where these are. Yeah, I have a listening post here. I think that's a good spot. We don't need to soup that up yet. Doria has an off-world trading company and a hydroponic space, so lots of energy coming from Doria. We also have an anchorage here, which I'm actually gonna replace. I'm gonna replace that to take the most use out of the trading hubs that we have arrayed. And what I want to do is repurpose some other locations specifically to become anchorages to increase my military fleet size, because we do have a lot of energy with potential room for growth. Does Engetnar still need a deep space black site? Let's take a look. Unrest is 0. They look pretty happy. I feel like the answer is no, so let's replace that, I suppose. In this case, how about we go ahead and make a resource silo so that we can store some more energy. We're almost at capacity at 25,000. Okay, like here's an anchorage. This is inside of a black hole. And we're taking advantage with Naval Logistics Office. So each one of these buildings adds to my total naval capacity by 6, which is amazing. Got another one here at Fuelia. Like, honestly, at this point, why even waste a spot with a gun battery? Like, one gun battery is not going to do anything. Okay, here's Steropi. Steropi is probably going to be another anchorage spot. Don't know if I want a shipyard, do I? Because most of my ships come from the boiler. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jumps away. But it's not exactly close to the front, you know what I mean? So let's just make this an anchorage hotspot. And then to soup up the anchorages is where we build the Naval Logistics Office, which modify the anchorages. So each anchorage gives me +4 on this naval capacity. And then after I build them, I'm allowed to build the Logistics Office, which increases it by another +2 per module. So it goes from 4, 8, 12, 16, right, to 6, 12, 18, 24. That's the idea. All right, Usk Scion is going to a Starhold, and I will follow up the Starhold with a couple of additional offensive and defensive modifications. We'll go with a disruption generator. What is my technology? Tell me. Colony development speed. Fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted. Happened really fast. And now we have a new choice to make. Curator Archaeology Lab sounds interesting. Give me more ships. No. I do need to split up the military fleets, though, because the 6K is a little too low. So you're right. What's my favorite snack? I don't know. I don't really have a favorite necessarily. Mostly cookies. Cookies, and I do like, I'm trying to think of like a salty trail mix. I really like trail mix because it's both, right? Salty and sweet. Not just any trail mix though. I like the handmade ones. Not like store-bought trail mix. Like a homemade trail mix is just one ship over capacity. Fire that admiral. Z-Man Real, I can't wait to buy your book at Barnes & Noble. I hope you send me a copy, though. Autographed. Let me read it. Thank you. Thank you for spamming with 100 bits. I scanned over it. I assume you said something intelligible in there. But let me know when you have it proofread, send it to your editor, then, hit me up. Hi, Conut. Also, yo, Conut. Hello wasn't acceptable, but yo is. I see that you also changed the capital, the case of your K and N, which is a great improvement. What do we want? Do I want a curator lab? No. Right? Yeah. Do I want this? A shipboard lab with advanced archaeological equipment, including a vast database supplied by the Curator Order, where new discoveries can be cross-referenced. We don't do anomalies anymore. We don't discover anomalies. We don't research anomalies. This is a rare tech that we just can ignore safely. Hyper shields, just a better shield with more hit points and faster daily regen. We don't really use reactor boosters right now because we have amazing reactors. Survey speed plus 33%. Don't need that either. Why are you giving me these old techs? Unlock a defense grid supercomputer. You can have 8 more defense platforms per starbase. I don't think I even have 8. So the only thing tempting here is hyper shields, which are crazy expensive. That's going to take 48 months. Or something that we've already ignored. Like, let's go down something quick just to refresh all these, because I don't know, 40, 12, 24, 30, 6, 40, that's 4 years for hyper shields. I'd almost just rather get like a refresh. So let's do UV lasers, which are basically done, and just get them to skip backwards. You know what I'm saying? Hey, King of Whales, how you doing this evening? But thank you for the bit, C-Man. I do appreciate that. Igor has finished. We have 1 building remaining. Where is Igor exactly? Remind me, please. Oh yeah, this is the one that I accidentally deleted and had to reload the save. The one that guards the wormhole from all dangers. We're at 8.1k in firepower. Let's beef that up a little bit more. Preferably, why did I build 2 anchorages here? I think that was a mistake. I'm actually gonna replace both of those with hangar bays. I'd rather put the anchorages on anchorage-only platforms. So let's do 2 hangar bays. Go completely offensive in here. And then, speaking of offensive, I do like having the crew quarters though, so I can dock my ships cheaply. We use this area probably a lot for hyperlane travel. Do I want it to be... Let's just do a command center then. Costs 5 energy upkeep, that's fine. Gagassi has made peace with the Gonvius Reavers. They're getting smaller every passing day, it seems. Put me back on the job. Kraz, you already had your time in the spotlight, you know? You already had your chance. Can you pass? That basically is passing. Like, look how fast it's researching. We're just doing one of the cheap techs that we have in the bank. And we get those in the bank by researching the wreckages of enemy ships. All right, you know what? While we have a moment, I'm gonna do this research. I wanna queue up the next research, and then I wanna split up the forces in the military and kind of adjust the positioning. Because right now they're all gathered in the capital, which is just bad strategy. I wanna send 1 to the southern border, probably our strongest troops to the southern border, then our medium troops to the eastern, and then our weakest troops up to the north to kind of just mind Igor Station. So we have a nice little triangle. I don't know, I keep pausing instinctually, I'm sorry. Because you never know what's gonna happen. Like, our trade treaty with the Stakashi runs out, and they are inferior to us, but their technology is pretty equivalent. How much do you value your research? 8, 6, and 7 techs that we don't have. Wow, we're giving them a way better deal. 12, 24, but they are in the Federation that we're associates of. 12, 24, for once I'm way higher. I thought they said that we were equivalent. So I can make them give me something back, which I'm not used to this. No, they won't even give me 1 mineral. Wow. You hoarders are probably not worth dealing with then, because what else do you have? You don't have anything else that I want. Screw you guys then. Guess we'll stick to our mesh shields. You mean meat shields, LeChockle. We use meat shields. Robots put all the regular, unmodified in the front lines. The organics will block all incoming fire. What I miss? What up, Xenophanes? Not much so far. We're just kind of doing the house sweeping, the house cleaning, and I'm about to pick a new research.
Technology discovered.
Literally right now.
Online.
Got UV lasers. That's easy enough. Oh, look who's back! Look who's back for more. And Doria has finished its construction queue. I would like to keep upgrading these, but I want to save my minerals for now. Plasma cannons. Plasma is my primary means of dealing armor and hull damage, and has fallen behind my kinetic quite a bit. So that's definitely my first choice. Guardian point defense. We've kind of gone down flak now, so I don't need these. There's tachyon sensors again. I told you it would come back. I told you it would. You didn't believe me. It's gonna come back a lot. Okay, well, we will do it, just not this second. I need better plasma weapons. I'm sorry, Bones. Your laws won't help you here. Okay, next step. Military, the troops. Let's take a look at each of our squads and beef up golden fishies. We have Damn Noob here with a 5-star general, 4-star general in Disco, and 4-star in golden fishies. So they're all doing pretty good on their own. It looks like we have 4 crew. So golden fishy has no battleships right now. Shellcracker has 1 battleship. And Red Tide has 1 battleship. I want every fleet to have 2 battleships. So that means I need to make 1, 2, 3, 4 battleships. Right now our battleships aren't the greatest. They're not the greatest, I will give you that. But they gotta count for something. I built a hangar bay here, not really realizing what that was. So I guess I don't need it. I may as well replace it with an anchorage. Because this is right in the middle of everything, and if they get to this, then we're pretty doomed. You know what I mean? We're already doomed. One little hangar bay is not going to help. And then that means for my final building, the Naval Logistics Office will buff those anchorages. That'll help weight the naval capacity in my favor. So while I build new ships at the shipyard, they're going to take up a lot. They're going to take up like 8 per battleship, I think, of this. So it's not just going to go up 1 per battleship, it's going to go up 8. But we're going to make 2 Barracuda class, and then we're broke. we're down to 173.
Establishing colony.
But wait! There is more! Remember we were talking about sectors earlier? And how I have 2 different sectors down here, designated by these white lines. So we have the drumstick sector, which has like a bunch of planets that we don't directly manage. And then we have the laboratory sector. I have a lot of influence, don't I? Yes, I do. So I can go to my sectors and say, excuse me, Mr. Author Dude, I very much need to borrow some of your mineral stockpile that you've been saving for a rainy day. So for 100 influence of my 688, I can drain 75% of their stockpile. I'm already taking 75% of their minerals, just in general. So I'm gonna get 7,000 minerals and way more energy than, I wish I could only take one or the other. Why do I have to take their energy? I don't want to take their energy, but I have to, I think. Boom. We have 27K. I can actually hold 27.5, so we're doing okay there. Laboratory is a little bit running low on minerals right now, so what I'm gonna do is up. I'm gonna send them minerals to get to 1K so that they can do more. I've got everybody set to a research focus right now, and they can build robots if they want to. Maybe I should do redevelopment of buildings. But this didn't really work for me before. They kind of did bad. They didn't do very well when I had them do that before. Veronicorn, what is your question? Pet fish or pet hamster? I think a hamster is more interesting, but I did have a hamster and it was awful. I haven't had a fish, but I don't really care for hands-off pets. Unless it's just for visuals. Like if it's for aesthetics and you have like an aquarium wall and there's fish in it, then yeah, I'd pick that. Like if I could have a whole wall that's an aquarium, living in like a $500,000 mansion, then yeah, I'd pick fish. But if it was like pet for baby's first pet, then probably a hamster. Spend energy? I pretty much have. I've spent a bunch of energy actually. I'll try to find some other ways to spend. Why is the sector having less power better? Have a good night, Doom Muppet. Thanks for hanging out. Glad to see my old sector's doing amazing. Did you die governing it? Probably so. What was I doing? Oh yes, we just got a bunch of money. And we can actually make 2 battleships simultaneously, and that's because in this starbase, which I will zoom in on for you, we have 2 separate wonderful shipyards. So with 2 shipyards, each one can make a ship simultaneously. That's why both battleships are coming out of the oven at the same time. Now, like I said, they are pretty weak. I wanted to make 4, so that's a good way to start. We'll save the other 4,200 minerals. Maybe go ahead and spend them on Ruby Station, though. Or on Tartarus. Tartarus is an energy trading hub for us with a crew quarters. I don't think I need the crew quarters, so what can I replace this with?
Establishing colony.
Maybe we'll make this one the listening post, because we'll be able to see at least the immediate area, even though Ruby's is technically closer. So I know it's a little further back, but I think it still makes sense. And we're establishing 2 new colonies now, so we're about to have 1 more than we actually need, but here they are. Ruby's Prime, looking pretty. It's gonna take 17 months. That's significantly faster because of our research. We just got that 50% cut in half. And then Steropi Prime, which is more in the central mass. So what we're probably gonna end up having to do is one of 2 things. Either give, let's just give one of the sectors down here an additional planet. We could actually give Steropi to this sector down here to manage. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. The weakest sector, though, is the Zimpak one, so I would want to give them another. Maybe I could give them Ublia.
New technology.
It's only 1 jump away, and it's quite a small planet. Mostly produces food for us, and we have way, way too much of it. So, what if I changed this around and replaced it with a science lab? And then replaced... Okay, I don't know what that icon is, but we're going to hold tight for a second here. Maybe it's I'm full. I think it's that my resource storage is actually full of energy credits. That's a first. And then I was going to replace this one, which is a 3 food dump. I feel bad crushing the food down, but we have 5,000. I mean, come on. So replace both of those with basic science labs. I had 2 hamsters when I was younger. There was a female and a male. And then the female ate the male. Hamsters are weird. Hamsters kind of suck, actually. They're just everyone's first pet, it seems like. What about a hamster wall? No, Flangdale. No hamster walls, please. That would be terrifying, actually. Because they would all eat each other. And they would all poop everywhere. It would smell terrible. You would never be able to clean that. Like, you could have the fish tank kind of automatically clean itself, right? But you couldn't have the hamsters clean themselves automatically. See, man, what's your favorite operating system? Windows 95. Classic. Boot up of Windows 95 you just can't beat. Still use it to this day. No. What's a new engineering research? And in fact, what did we just research? We just picked up flat cannon tier 2. So we probably want to switch around our, of course, the battleships that we're actively making are the ones that we're going to be switching. New research opportunity include Devastator torpedoes. We do have a handful of torpedo ships that this would directly benefit. Mega cannon is an X slot for the battleships. We could make like a mega cannon battleship. Robot modification points to make robots better is not really a top of my priority list. Better thrusters. Highly advanced fusion-powered thrusters will make unmatched maneuverability and speed under sublight conditions. Battleships build faster and are cheaper. Well, a little late for that. Or cruiser hull points. How much hull does a cruiser have by default is the question now. 1,800. So 500 is less than a 33%. It's like a 28% bonus to hull points, which is still not anything to sneeze at. How many cruisers do we have in the military? We have 5, 9, almost 15. We have 14. We can make 1 more cruiser just because. I'll make 1 more cruiser. Which one do we like? We'll make a gravy boat. That's the torpedo class. So I think I do want to go with torpedoes because we do have like I want to say around a quarter, maybe even a third, pushing a third of our fleet is torpedo. We don't really do missiles. We just went straight to super explosives. I do want to do the mega cannon, though. Anyway. All right, where is my fleet gonna go? Everyone's joining the shellcracker. So, whoops, I guess. Let's just wait until we're done before splitting off our forces. There's only gonna be like one more year in game for the 2 battleships. We may as well make a second cruiser, right? A second gravy boat. I don't know, hopefully nothing bad happens in this next year while those 2 are being built. Because then I'm gonna send them off into the corners of our empire, or do the quick war. You know, we could probably just have like a strike into Sol system right as soon as those ships are done building, and then worry about defense. Okay, that's the plan. We already have 185 out of 177. That should be changed with the Starbase building all these anchorages for us. So we're gonna be matching our growth rate, but this is only gonna tap into energy. So the problem with the capacities is the more you are over capacity, the upkeep goes up. When the upkeep goes up, the energy credits come down, and the minerals can come down too, because you do pay ship upkeep on those. But we have 27,000. You know, I'm not too worried about it. You just saw it go up to 181 after we build another anchorage. Then the naval logistics is gonna be like 2 anchorages in one. What is this? Hey, the election is underway. Ghost of Toast is up for re-election. Think you can make it again? I'm not even gonna influence this unless I have to. I can afford it. I can afford to manipulate this election. Let's see if I should. Here is the competitors. Ghost of Toast, obviously, the reigning champion. Awesome Aura wants a piece of the pie. Has the exact same agenda, exact same Unity output. Colony ships are cheaper and develop faster, a little late. Edicts are cheaper and last 20% longer, and you're a cyborg. So I'm not really, you're 94, you're a little bit older. Not as old as Clive Rip, though. 115. Vote for, we're having like an in-chat election right now. Clive Rip says, more minerals are good, plus 10%. Home in the Sky, Starbase modules. I can't sneeze on stream. Are 20% cheaper and 10% cheaper to upgrade. Not bad. Not as good as Eye for Talent, though. Corvette build cost 20% cheaper. Andreas, I'm not feeling you. I like your Eye for Talent, though. If I was gonna pick, I would pick Ghost of Toast again. You have, well, the energy, I would pick either Ghost or Clive for the minerals bonus. Starbase modules, we're always gonna be building more of those. But you're so old. You are so old. And you don't have an eye for talent. So I'm actually gonna abstain, and it's definitely not gonna pick the 2 that I want. It's gonna pick the 2 others. But I don't wanna use 200 influence for this election. Given the state of affairs right now, we're not making that many. I'd rather keep this for edicts. I abstain. Let's see who, uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's Awesome Aura. We have elected Awesome Aura, previously scientist on the tank, to become the next ruler. We just lost a bunch of energy credits. Ghost of Toast was beaten, Clive Rip was beaten. Awesome Aura's here to stay, guys. Is charismatic with a frontier spirit. This is the worst one. This was the worst one, yeah. At least the other one had an eye for talent, so this is why democracy will never win. Hire a hitman. Come take him out, please.
Construction online.
I wish I could. Hey, you know what we can do in a second? We can build up our gateway. Where is my planet and sector? We can drain. They still only have 1K in the laboratory sector. We're up to 3. You guys make a lot of minerals here. You know what? Let's just do an edict. Let's do a empire-wide edict. We already are. That's active. That includes the 20%. Research grants are making our research go much faster. Mapping the stars, not necessary. Diplomatic, not necessary. Farming or capacity. What about individual planets? Do we have any good edicts? Let's find out. We only have martial law. Why do we only have 1 edict on everything? We don't need martial law. Why don't I have any planetary edicts? Do the energy? I have 20. I'm at capacity, guys. It's okay to be in the negative when you're at capacity. If we go to war and we send all of our troops and we're at like -100, then maybe I will. Liat has gifted a sub to Metal Sand. Liat, I think Rose by any other name is just as sweet. Don't you agree? But I will call you by your username. Thanks for gifting a sub to Metal Sand, by the way. Very, very nice of you. Did it erase your... Nope, it still counts 22 subs. That's nice. I'm glad it keeps track of that. It didn't mess it up. I was worried it would, actually. Ghost of Toast, what's your question? Do you still love me? Depends. Are you still useful? Let's find out. Ghost of Toast is now leading physics research, which is bad because you are an expert in military theory, which means you should be doing what Matthew Trains Gaming is doing, because occasionally that comes up in society research. So we will put Matthew Trains Gaming up to physics. You just got, you know what, you've lived here for 30 years, Matthew Trains Gaming. It's time to go to the other field next door. I know it's strange and scary. I believe in you, though. Okay, Hadadeshi trade has run out. Research agreement. Hopefully they still like us enough to continue. Hey, baby. Send me some pics later, okay? Thanks. I'm gonna offer you a new trade deal because you still have a ton of technologies I could use. And they're still friends enough with us because we're in the defense pact that they love us enough to not hold that over our head. We do have to give them a couple hundred minerals to sweeten the deal, but that's well worth it when we're only giving them 13 techs and they're giving me access to like 30 or 40. We're kind of taking advantage of the Hadadeshi and we can't catch up to them. I missed the last end of the Stellaris stream. That's what we did in the end of the last Stellaris stream, my lord, and it didn't go well. It did not go well. I will not be forgotten. No, you're still a scientist. Like, you're still high enough level to be useful. So there is that. Hadadeshi, your terms are reasonable. Thank you. Thank you for 30 years of trades. Now, plus 80% kind of sucks. The only way I could get this higher, no one else that we have a trade deal with has this technology is the problem. So let's actually see if our contact, who we have an agreement with for migration, likes us more now. Let me communicate with them about technology again. They do like us a lot. Or do we already have a trade deal with them? I'm not sure, but they're very accepting of this trade deal. Whether I have one already with them or not, I could have looked. But I'd rather just, even the worst case scenario, we renew the deal. Grim to Slav. Hey guys, look, it's the curators. The agreement that we signed giving you access to our databanks has run its course. Would you like to extend it for another 10 years? Or do you no longer require our information? So for 4,000 energy credits, which is still a lot. We have 27K, but you know, 4,000 is 4,000. We can get plus 10% to our research overall. Yes, I think I will. Who are you? We have reached the end of our agreement, Metabuttercrust. We have shipped Riggin Spice to your worlds for 10 years. Should we continue? For 1,000 energy credits, we could get Riggin Spice +1, which makes our pops 5% happier. But doesn't it have a negative? I'm pretty sure this has a downside. There's only 4 planetary edicts that you could get. Interesting. I wonder why there's not more. Didn't there used to be more, or am I crazy? The spice must flow. Wrong medium, KK, but yeah. Yeah. I think there's a downside to this. I could have sworn there was a Riggin Spice downside. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and accept it, and we're just gonna do this for experimental purposes. I will do it so that our people remain happy. We're at minus 56 energy credits though now. Why? Freaks me out every time the way that guy talks. Skanuri consciousness is no longer a valid rival for our empire. Who is this? We have to declare war on them like now, basically, before they disappear. Because the Hadadeshi are basically rushing. Look at this station too. Look at the Hadadeshi right now. Just flaunting that military. These are our friends. Please stay, my friend. Thank you. That's not a very strong station, but it's still formidable. It's like a military force all by itself. I still think I need to build something at Bristol or Hammam. Hammam is a nice junction, but I don't have room for it right now with our starbase capacity. Yeah, we're going to do the Sol system in a minute. That's what we're going for, actually. In my current game, Apocalypse Earth was inhabited by cockroaches. That's awesome. 2.0 got rid of most of them. That might explain why Tree Sniper. That makes more sense now. Because I knew there used to be a lot more. Why are we negative 56? Probably because I just built 2 more battleships and we're over capacity.
You've conquered another world.
And we're about to be over capacity in directly colonized systems too. Here is our newest baby at Rubies. And this is why allowing the free migration of your citizens was worthwhile to me, because they can just start filling this in without me having to resettle them. So we might go ahead and do that. I definitely do want to up our minerals production first. Science is important, yes. So is mining. Well, do the one with 6 then. Do the one with 6 down here. This guy smartly went into the right place. So we'll buff you up first, then buff the next one up. And then we'll just kind of let them settle wherever they want. I have so much energy credits that it's really not going to kill me to remove these tile blockers. I'll start with just 1, why not? And Steropi Prime is next, and then we're going to have to reorganize my sectors a little bit.
Construction online.
Wiki says that Riggin has no downsides. I could have sworn that I saw somewhere that it did. Let me look. Where can I see the... Okay, there's Riggin Spice plus 5% on their happiness. Maybe I'm wrong, but either way, we're paying 1,000 credits for it. And it seems to be making everyone happier across the nation, which that's fine by me. All right, the newest construction here at Igor is this command center, which makes all allied ships in the system shoot faster. That's just as kind of a hold the line against the wormhole. Station's very strong. It is 10.8k by itself. And I could add more defenses, but I don't want to yet. What I do want to do is go back down here to the Vatna Ka and check out my gun batteries, which are actively coming up, and we're gonna go straight to a Star Fortress after these are done. We might make a handful more batteries though. Let's do hangar, and then 1 more gun. And then for my other building slot, I don't really need a listening post. I know they're there and I know they're evil. What is this? We have more colonized systems under our direct control than we can manage, so my influence is lower and my energy production is lower. That's why we have a nice stock of energy, you understand? Disruption field, we're gonna buff our station with a target uplink computer. That's makes their weapon shoot 50% further. So why does that matter? It matters because if they come in through rim here, my station will be able to engage them from further distance. So like, let's say normally it only shoots them when they get to this asteroid field. Now it's gonna go like 50% further and start engaging them from this distance. So it's just a way to get some opening salvo shots off faster. I know we have too many. We've finished our construction queue in the shipyard, so it's time to reorganize the troops and prepare for war. And now Steropi has been colonized. So let's go ahead and get some buildings in here. Very energy focused, which I don't think is a bad thing right now. Go ahead and clear a tile blocker. I want to build up a new mining network and then probably capitalize on the adjacency spaces here. Okay, well, we're not at capacity anymore by any stretch of the imagination, but we're still pretty good. Plus 50% opinion, really? That's pretty good. Which fallen empires are around? I don't really know, Private Jensen. I don't know if I understand what they are exactly, so let me just try and you tell me if I'm right. I think this is a fallen, maybe not a fallen empire, but this is a, what do you call the ones that have a quick start? The ones that have been around the block for a long time before everybody else was. That's not a fallen empire, that's something else. I don't remember what that. This is Empire in Decline. They cannot conquer or colonize planets, but they're very strong. Militant isolationists. Advanced? Yeah, advanced starts. You can tell by looking at their buildings. Let's go down here and take a peek. the core. We need to survey this planet to gain information. They are fallen. Okay, cool. So I got it right, is what you're telling me. Other than that, maybe these, did they spawn right next to each other? Yes, Holy Guardians. This fallen empire dedicates itself to the preservation and defense of its holy sites. So, the League of Beskoro kind of got the squeeze. They're both in the southwest. Then we have... Who are you? Who are you? I don't even see a planet there. I don't see anybody. Maybe the other ones have already either been eliminated or they're just... I can't find them. I know I have 2 mercenary factions. I don't know if those count as fallen empires or not, but we have the Dis Marauders, and then we have the Vodnaka Braves, who are as strong as the fallen empires. Southwest, that's not how space works. Really? Oh yeah? Well, it looks like my compass is working right now. I'm about to wiki this record planet right now. Looks like I got a southwest northeast. That's what the game would have you believe anyway. No, I haven't seen any fancy tech yet, my lord. Haven't seen any. Uh-huh. You can see fallen empires in the list. Would it say, does it say fallen empire? Do they just yell, they're orange and yellow? So we only have 2 that we know of so far. Anyway, where was I? Energy, trying to up our anchorages. Let's check on our star bases once more because we've been upgrading some. Looking for empty space. Anywhere that we could build, perhaps? Steropi does just need to be upgraded in general. We have 2 anchorages here. Let's go ahead and buff them with the logistics office. So they'll be +2 naval capacity each, which isn't a lot, but then we'll go up to a star hold after that. I love that noise. It's the best one. All right, let's just make our directly colonized systems go back down into its limits. So that's, you know, you can do 8 instead of 7 in this case, but the reason you don't want to is you don't want to lose that 10% influence and 10% energy, right? So where do I want to pick a system to put into a sector? I want to add to this one over here. So the way I do that is probably just give Ublia up. It's not that big of a deal anyways, it's mostly science. Which reminds me, let's go ahead and upgrade these. Which is kind of why you want a sector anyways, because I'm not upgrading them. So the other person would, hopefully. We'll do double engineering facilities here. And let's check on Zimpok. Zimpok needs a lot of upgrades. They'll upgrade them if they have the minerals for it, but you can do it manually. Look at that 7 physics research. Kind of insane. I'll go ahead and queue these up on behalf of the AI. We have the resources for it. I'm just clicking the upgrade button across the board. If you haven't picked a specialty, then that's when you would. Let's go. We have a lot of engineering kind of up and coming. So let's actually do another biolab. Balance it with another engineering. That's so much science coming on this planet. I have so many buildings here. It's gonna take a lot of energy too, and I don't have that energy. More science on all the empty spaces. The only other thing I would want on the empty spaces is a stronghold, because our science is gonna be the most important thing. So make some armies for me, you know? Hopefully he doesn't undo those. Go ahead and upgrade your minerals. I'm just doing them all, I don't even care. Give me everything. Queue it all up, ladies and gentlemen. Not gonna bother me one bit. We do need energy at this point, so another power plant won't hurt. All right, that's gonna be at least like 6 in-game years of upgrades that we just clicked on, but that's the benefit of having all these minerals, right? Now I wanna go to planets and sectors, manage their sector, give them Ublia. Okay, close. We're back down to 7 directly controlled systems. Sectors are getting a little larger, but I think for the best, Okay, how's Ruby's doing? We need to migrate some pops. I can allow them to migrate themselves. Let's go back and look at the species real quick. I want the, has it been 10 years? No. 2375, so we have about 4 years left. But meta butter crusts have no migration controls. They can move freely between our colonies unrestricted. So I don't know if they will or if I'm gonna have to make them. I'm probably gonna have to make them. Who else do I want to live here is the real question. Let's look at the habitability. Meta buttercrust. Penguins suck. They don't like this area. The Irithal don't like it. The Awoken do, but I can't make more Awoken. So this is buttercrust only. So I'm gonna have to migrate them manually from the tank. So who would I choose to migrate from this spot? Probably energy, because like we have so much of it, who cares? So let's select our newest areas, rubies and steropi. I'm gonna have to make some more buildings for you, but that's okay. We'll go from the bib as well. That's kind of costing me energy to forcefully migrate these people, but that's okay. Okay, 2 pops is like a nice start. Then we'll go to Steropi Prime instead and migrate from the Lemon Wedge. We don't really need food. At least not right now. And I think that's most of everything. Maybe, no, that's penguins. 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 Lots of penguins, guys. And more penguins. Penguins kind of rule this land. I don't know if you noticed that. But there's not a lot of options for us besides these blobbers and ostriches. So that's most of what I can afford to forcefully move. As of right now, anyway. I'll take this little guy off. I want to have another pop there on both. I think it's just better overall, because look how much room there is to grow here, for goodness sakes. All right, instead of food, let's focus you on science, clear a mineral blocker. Didn't I put another pop here? Yeah, the 3 and 2, that's a pretty good balance. That's 5 total materials. I'm down with that. And then Ruby's Prime, we have some empty spots, so let's make power plant and a basic science lab. I want to get some more minerals, though, because we are very, very low on minerals. And why can't I clear this? There's already a construction project in place. Let's go one step further. I am burning through resources like a hot knife through butter. Which crisis did I trigger? We're still working on it. We're like 30 years away from crisis zone, somewhere around there.
New technology discovered.
Strongholds also generate unity. Yeah, it's another good one. But what's up, Crescent Wolf? How you doing tonight? Bye for now, Etalyx. Z-Man, if you leave, please never come back until tomorrow for the next stream. Yes, it does cost energy to move them, but I have a lot, guys. Okay, can somebody run the calculator for a second? Somebody do 18,000 divided by 28 for me, and that's how many months it would take me to run completely dry. And then divide the months by years, and then just go ahead and summarize how many years it would take for us to run out of resources. So I've been kind of panicking during the stream because on my OBS, remember when I crashed at the beginning of the stream in the first 5 minutes? The text that says disconnected, reconnecting in 1 second has not gone away. So every time I look over, I see disconnected, reconnecting in 1 second, and it makes my heart skip a beat. 53 years. All right, so we have a bit of time before I run out of power for my colony. We have stored in the best of times for the worst of times. The years of plenty, we took hold of energy credits for the years of famine. Our latest and greatest research for society is 2 starbase capacity, so that's probably increased my count as well. We can build 1 more starbase. I'm gonna carefully decide where that goes. And what do we want next? Gene Clinic, pop growth speed plus 10%. I've never really liked this, but it does produce 2 science and 1 unity. I've just never really enjoyed this building. Energy storage capacity and a new feature, terraform inhabited planets. I feel like I don't need this because we're bionic now and we can go wherever we want. Clear noxious swamps may be good. Do we have a bunch of swamps that I can't clear? Not seeing any yet. We have a bunch We have dense jungle that we need to clear. Let's, you know, weren't you guys talking about burning through all of my all of my energy faster? Is that what you really want? Okay, we can do that. Let's get these upgrades in here. I've kind of neglected this land. Neglected it in its entirety. All the upgrades. Where are swamps? Maybe it's on my other planets? Let's take a look at the ones that are controlled by sectors. Eam doesn't have any. Pankus doesn't have any. Zimpok has none. Boldoon has none. And Ricador has none. I guess I don't need that at all then. Civic slots, +1. You can modify your entire empire. That sounds really powerful. And you get an empire capital complex. Produces 8 energy, 3 unity. It's an adjacency effect of +3 to all neighboring buildings, and your governing ethics attraction is 15% higher for that planet. Is this like one of the high tier? This is the planet unique. This is what your capital, your planetary capital upgrades to. I feel like I have to get that. Governing ethics, just the adjacency bonuses, provide 7 defense armies. So strong. But naval capacity +30, we could really use also. So it's definitely habitability, or no, it's definitely naval capacity or the empire capital. You only have 2 swamp tiles, good count. Yeah, naval capacity isn't super important right now because we're gonna get some more anchorages. It's empire unique. It clearly says that it is empire unique. Yeah. So you can only have 1. But still, you'd put it on your biggest planet, right? You'd put it on your capital. And you get the biggest thing maybe is actually the civic slot. The civic slot makes where you can do, like, we have technocracy and post-apocalyptic, which are kind of run-changing. There's a spot here for that 3rd one. Yeah, I was definitely gonna go a different direction with that, I'm not gonna lie, but I read it and it said it, so I admit, yeah, it's what it said. I'll go for it. 33 months is not too bad. We have 105% bonus. Looks like no one else that I know has it, so we'd be the first ones to get that. No, the Hadadeshians do. Uh-oh. Hey, speaking of war, I didn't even have a chance to do war yet. I was about to get ready to launch my war, but a dis-raiding fleet has been detected approaching our borders. Intercepted communications indicate they've been hired by a rivaling foreign power to attack our systems. They transmit a message on an open channel. Our favorite, hi-yi! You have many enemies, Dwamik. They not like you very much. Even pay us to bash your systems, and we happy to oblige. Red alert, men. Go to red alert. The discs are over here. So one of 2 things is gonna happen. Either, wait a second, I don't think they have access. Do they have access to their wormhole anymore? That's okay, here, we're looking at the wrong place. How did they use the wormhole last time? I'm not sure, but they definitely popped in through the wormhole before. All right, we're going to war. So here's what's gonna happen. We're in like a mini war. This is like a 1-fight war. Just in case they come through the wormhole, we have a 10.8k station here. Like, I have planned ahead for this. We have a bunch of defense here. Without going deeper into that rabbit hole, I want to take one of my armies. Let's take the Claw as a just in case. They're quick, they're fast. That would add 16k to Igor. No, but before we do, let's modify the armies, because there's no reason to have a 15k. Okay, chill out, chat. Hold on. Listen. Just hang tight, okay? I know your backseating tendencies are very strong right now. You sense danger, and the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, so you begin to forget where the caps lock key is and just instinctually enable it. So just don't do it too fast though, or you'll hyperventilate. Plan ahead here. Yes, I need like a, I don't know how, there's no way, I'm not gonna copy a re-emote, but that's, you know, That's what I need. We already we basically do. It is backseat. Backseat is re. You know what? Maybe okay. Real question: should I rename the backseat emote Etal Re, like R-E-E? Because I think I made backseat before re was a popular meme, but it was the same thing unbeknownst to me. But it just occurred to me I should probably rename it. Because that is what it is. And it would be much, isn't that, what do you mean please don't? Wouldn't you rather have it easier to type out? Do you enjoy typing backseat for the emote? Don't you want it to be abbreviated? Where you can like have it pop up faster? No, that's lame. Wow, you guys are opinionated. It's way easier to type. Etal back high. Etal BS. I mean, that's an option too, I guess. Nobody has a save scum emote either. Yeah, save scum's pretty great, actually. I just pressed tab. What does tab do? Re-ISO 2017. Listen, guys, people still do and will continue to do old memes till the end of time. Because they're still applicable, because you guys are still reing. So, it will, listen, re won't die until you do. I had to do it. I had to do it. You guys left yourself so wide open. Oh, that's an old meme. Oh, really? Really? Because I still see it right now. All right, we gotta move. We gotta move some battleships around. I have 4 battleships in this fleet. We have 0 in this one and 2 in this one. So the Shellcracker simply needs to share. So the easiest way to do this is to create a separate Typhoon fleet, split them into 2, have one of them join up with the 6K. So we'll click the 6K first with Golden Fishy, one of the battleship fleets, and merge them. And then we will pick the original fleet, which is the Shellcracker, who now has no battleships. Then click the other 2.2K and merge them. So we have a 12.5, an 11.1, and an 8.4K fleet. Those are very strong, very evenly spread out. The only thing I would change is add 2 more cruisers to the Claw. I do like that we have 6 cruisers in the other 2 fleet. We have 18 corvettes. We have like no corvettes and no cruisers in the Claw. So I really want to buff the Claw with corvettes, I think. Like another 10 corvettes would be nice. But right now, I'm just going to send them up to Igor. And they're going to chill there. We're preparing for the incoming discs. I don't know exactly where they're going to come from, but I know that they're here. So it makes the most sense they'd come around this way if they were going to drive normally, which means they're going to hit Riador. So we're going to fly to Riador, which is quite a few jumps. Riador does not have a nice dockyard. We do have a shipyard, but we don't have a place to dock. So I can make ships from here if I want. Inigor is the other place that I might hang out. Let's see how tough Riador is. I'm gonna go ahead and land my armies. We do have, this is my original offensive shock troops. We're gonna land them and they'll act as defense in case they want to like invade or something. I don't think they do. I'd rather fly now and upgrade the fleets once they get where they're going, Trombone. That's more important to me right now. Because there is a shipyard there they can upgrade at. And I'd rather beat the disc there. Then we have the Red Tide, who I will send to Inigor temporarily. So I'm sending the strongest fleet to back us up at Riador. And if I catch them on my sensors, I will move accordingly. So we're very, very weak at this particular Star Fortress because it's mostly anchorages, so it's going to mostly depend on the fleets themselves to kind of carry the weight. So since this is now like a border, I think I might replace one of the anchorages with a missile battery or a gun battery, doesn't matter which one. And then I would like to do a Star Fortress, but since all the fleets are moving now, we have negative minerals. and way more negative energy credits. What are the upgrades? Not anything significant. Sauce Tosser, it's going pretty well. We're about to be attacked by mercenary marauders from across the galaxy, so I'm about to fight them. Hey, Awesome Alec, how you doing? What DLCs do I have? Apocalypse or more? I have all of the story and main DLC. The only DLCs I do not have are a couple of portrait packs, but I have everything else.
Construction
I
online.
do have one portrait pack, and I bought it because it has the ships that I like. So the ships that you see here, you can only get in a portrait pack. It's just an aesthetic change, though. I really like these ship designs quite a bit. They look a little bit samey, but I still enjoy them. I mean, I can tell right away which is which. I know that we have the missile cruisers that have these little dagger shapes. I know we have the destroyers kind of on the front line. I know we got the cruisers, the battleships. They're pretty easy to identify, even though they do look a little the same. Are the story DLCs worth getting? It's hard to answer that. I would say yes. People ask me if Stellaris is worth it a lot, and the answer I always give, and I'll give again, is when you see it on sale next, just buy it. Just buy the whole thing. Buy them all at once. And the reason is because when you have those story packs in there, it gives more variety for every subsequent playthrough, right? Because you may not see the story in one playthrough, so if that happens, then you're like, why did I buy this? But it's the fact that you can encounter it that makes it interesting. When you finally do, you're like, oh, wow, cool, it appeared in my game. It's like you're buying the option to have a unique storyline appear in your game. And of course, the story packs do come with stuff that you can start the game with on purpose, but still,
Incoming transmission.
that's where I find value in the story missions. But buying all of it together makes your first playthroughs memorable because they're gonna be unique, right? They're gonna happen in different ways each time. The more options you have in your game, the better. And it's most important to note that you can buy all those on sale for less than the price of $60, right? Like, you can get the whole package of Stellaris on the next Steam sale for less than 60 bucks. So for that reason, I'd say, yes, it's worth buying all the DLC. If you're buying them all at MSRP, no. I wouldn't buy Stellaris at 40, both expansions at 20 apiece, the story packs at like 10 apiece. No, I wouldn't do that, to be clear. Hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, Synthetic Dawn added a bunch. The ship styles are really good. The new starts and quest lines, the stories are interesting. The portrait packs, as I understand it, are primarily there for people who just love Paradox games and want to give them as much support as possible. Which is fine. They're optional content. You don't have to have those aesthetic ship designs. You don't have to. They don't change the gameplay. Ooh, the Exalted Seed. These are my creation. I made them. The Exalted Seed would like to propose the following trade. They want to give me a monthly Urantic crystal, which makes energy weapons do more. I don't even have energy weapons, except for point defense lasers. Oh, now I remember what I was supposed to change in my ships. I give them 1 Irelium ore. I have 2 to spare. Sure, nobody else wants it. It's a new resource that I don't have yet. You can have it. Good trade. Let's go to the ship designer now. Because my Barracuda battleships are going down a different road. We are switching from barrier to flat cannon point defense. The attempt is to be able to shoot down missiles better and fighters. Barrier point defense does more damage, but the tracking is 60% compared to 20%, so I assume we will get more hits. Now, if I wanted to, I could have two of each. I could have 2 barriers and 2 flat cannons. I don't know if that's worthwhile at all, or is it better to just go full-on flat cannons? What do you guys think? Half and half or all in? Horizon Signal is a great quest line. I don't think I've even seen that, and that's what makes future runs interesting. I don't think I've even encountered that, to my knowledge. Plus, the mod community is awesome. Yeah, there are a lot of mods in the Steam Workshop. I know plasma cannons are energy. Yeah. That is true. You're right. Plasma accelerators are energy damage. You're correct. So we do have a primary energy dealer. I was thinking lasers. My bad. That's my bad. The DLC soundtracks are good. I assume that those are already baked into my music player. If you've seen Horizon Signal, it was memorable. Go 3-1. Nobody has an opinion. Okay, so I'll just do whatever I want. Which I think, since I want to defend against missiles the most, we'll do flat cannons. We have flat cannons, we have strike craft, and then we have simple plasma accelerators with a few railguns on them. These are here to be carriers. I just haven't gotten the next strike craft level, so they suck right now. My battleships are terrible. Make no mistake. But I just haven't really put much research. We only unlocked them at the end of the last stream, so we really just haven't had much time to improve them yet. They're brand new. Now they're on their way to what I think are going to be the front lines. The Skinneri consciousness has closed borders to us. You know, that's fine. I don't know why my borders aren't closed to you. Let's go ahead and do that. You know, stay out, man. 3-1 is not an option, no. All or nothing, Althor, all or nothing. Let's look at the music player. I mean, there are a lot of songs now. They're like 5-6 minutes each. I assume it goes all the way through the tracks. You can skip or rewind if you want to, too. Should be done with the research pretty soon. I know we got plasma cannons we want to put on all of our ships. That's going to make these numbers skyrocket, I think, by at least 500 to 1,000 points each. So we're at 12.7, 9, and 9. So the Shellcracker is the clear leader here, but it also has the most advanced admiral. This is going to really suck if the Vatnaka come in from the south, because we don't have anybody that can block them. Speaking of, how are we doing down here? Still upgrading with hangars, gun batteries, and targeting computers. Eames Station is maximum upgraded. Everything except... Ooh, we're down to 815 minerals. Whew, take a deep breath. Well, if we get to 0, we do have a little bit in reserve, okay? We have a bit in reserve. 4K, we can drain like 3K of that. So I'm not too worried. Ditto for energy. We're good on energy, making 155 in minerals here. I mean, we did spend a ton on Zimpok, and we're still going through those upgrades as we speak. All right, I think my militaries are almost in position. We do have a crew quarters in Inagor. We do not have a crew quarters in Riador, which is unfortunate. We do need to upgrade this to a Star Fortress, but that is very expensive. And maybe this is not the best time because it takes 1,000 days. We don't have 1,000 days before the discs get here, I'm pretty sure. So there's no reason to start that upgrade when it may be about to explode. I like to make 3 types of battleships. Yeah, that's definitely the plan. But we don't even have any battleship weapons yet, really. And we only have 6 total. So once we get a little bit further on the battleship research tree, that's when I'm going to start changing stuff. But right now, we're just playing for fun. And I haven't used carriers ever. So, as you will soon learn, I don't always pick things efficiently. I just pick the thing that I want to see because I enjoy it. I do aesthetics before efficiency for the most part. Steropi has finished his construction queue. We got a person here just getting some food off the land. I know we're going to keep dipping into our energy. But yeah, obviously it would be the most efficient to have like multiple types of carriers that are one conditioned to take down small fighters and corvettes and raiders, one for artillery to sit in the back and snipe from afar and all that stuff. But we're just seeing what works. It's kind of hard to tell which things are or aren't working because they all get mixed up in the blob. They get a little mixed and matched in the blob, and it can be difficult to keep track of who's doing what. Let's move you here and make another mining network. We're back up to plus 33 because we actually landed, and then I'm gonna upgrade the planetary building. So that's gonna take most of my resources now, but I think it's still worth it. Look how far we can see into their territory with our upgraded sensors. Like, I can just spy on them. They have 126 fleet there. That's so weak. That's just like one ship. Inigor has gotten to orbit. Inigor is fairly strong, 6K, nothing crazy, but we have a lot of defense platforms here. No Star Fortress, though. Star Fortress would push it over the edge, but it's just there as like a backup. Because we don't have anything in this space to defend with, so it's just kind of a jump-off point for my fleet. And Riador is also in orbit. Again, we don't have the crew quarters here. So I wonder how the planet's doing. Do we still need the Deep Space Black Site or no? I think it's helping, because we have 2 fortresses. I do have 2 fortresses, yes. We have one here, manned by the Azirians, and then one here manned by the Peacocks, the Irafel, who fell into line a long time ago. That reduces the planetary unrest by 50 apiece. So if they have 86 from Unhappy Pops, we don't need the Deep Space Black Site. Awesome Aura is reducing their unrest by 25, though. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, in that case, let's replace the Deep Space Black Site. Governing Ethics Attraction is nice, though. It's still worth it, but maybe we'll wait until we get a Star Fortress to build it. Maybe I just don't need the Naval Logistics Office for only 2 anchorages. That's kind of what I'm leaning to more. I don't think 2 anchorages is worth the logistics office. So let's just convert this into a crew quarters. This is Empire-wide? This is a system modifier, my friend. Governing Ethics Attraction plus 25% in the system. But it's cheaper because we have an Empire build modifier. So that's where, if you're seeing Empire minus 25%, that's probably what you're seeing. But it's a system modifier, so it's only for this system. Wouldn't really make sense otherwise. Back to the traditions tree. So for those of you unaware, we've been accumulating unity passively this entire time through a number of buildings like fortresses and technologies that we've researched, leadership. Right now we're getting 2 from planetary unification. Scientists are bringing us bonuses. Rivals give us more too. And if you get enough unity, you get to go down a tech tree here. We have gotten full expansion, full supremacy, and full discovery. So focus on exploration and science, military power, shipyard upgrades and build speeds and army damage, as well as capital buildings producing more unity. Star bases are cheaper. We're working down prosperity right now, which if we complete it means consumer goods will be 20% less used, which means we're going to have just for example, we can see consumer goods are taking 200 minerals per month. So lowering that by 20% is plus 40 to minerals, for example. So we don't want them to use more than they need, right? Now my options are, I have 3 choices. Ship upkeep is 10% cheaper across the board. It's pretty good. Administrative operations mean building upkeep and starbase upkeep is reduced by 10%. Also going to be good. And then we can make additional unity. I don't know how many energy grids or nexus I have, so I'm going to go for the straight ship upkeep. Now watch these numbers, 52, 38. Goes to 32, 78. So just a straight up buff to production across the board. Have I blown up any planets while you were gone? No, but we do see hostile aliens. Those are not the ones that we're anticipating, though. They are very weak. We will see them on radar once they get into one of these 2 systems, and then we'll know where we're going to have our fight. Crescent Wolf, I'm pretty sure you said the exact same thing last stream. We can't all have big balls mods like you, unfortunately. I'm happy with vanilla the way it is currently. I think you said the exact same thing last stream, actually. So there are 7 tradition trees, but 8 perks. That's a good question, actually. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Finish a tradition group by adopting all of its traditions to unlock the Ascension perk. You might get the 8th one when you get all the other ones. That sounds like a good theory, actually. There's Big Balls Maz? You just haven't looked hard enough, LeShockle. Gotta look harder. It's a tech? Oh, cool. There's a research for it. Nifty.
Blocker removed.
Oh, yeah. We are accumulating physics research because I am not actively using it right now. We just got plasma cannons, though, so I am definitely going to check out all of our ships now. Remember how I said 2 of our fleets were 9K? Now one of them is 11.3. I don't know exactly if they upgraded or not. But we definitely have 2 9K fleets. Anyway, next. Survey speed, nah. Defense grid, no. Unlock the arc emitter. A powerful weapon that launches a lightning arc of chaotic energy at a target, bypassing shields and armor. This is a battleship weapon. 100% shield and armor penetration. That sounds really cool. You have my attention with electric battleships. Hyper shields are always going to be good, but I gotta get arc emitter. It's just an electric battleship. Of course I'm gonna pick it. Arc emitter is basically Farkle. It does between 1 and 1,300 damage. 100% accuracy. Electric Farkle. It's so funny. It literally is just, it could do 1 damage or 1,300 damage. The average is 80. That's amazing. I really like that. All right, we're going fast. We're going fast, guys. We're actually making net positive minerals again. And we're going to be making more than that once this crew quarters gets built here for my most expensive maintenance fleet. Don't really want to build any more naval capacity unless we can afford to at star bases. Let's check those again. We need to make a new anchorage. Sterope is upgrading to a starhold. This is kind of what we're waiting on, actually. What? On Ruby's Prime, due to a major clerical error, parts of Ruby's Prime have fallen behind in infrastructure. The people live in rather bleak conditions and will not tolerate it for long. Remedying these problems will cost us time and effort. Here's Ruby's Prime. This is one of our newest planets. The people are unhappy there. They are unhappy, generating 0.6 unrest on the planet. Unfortunate. Sprawling slums +1 and industrial wasteland +1. Or cost 100 influence and 500 energy credits. Gain 1,000 unity. I mean, that's a year of unity, so it's not that much, but still, yeah, of course I'm not gonna make my people live in sprawling slums and wastelands. That's cool, though. Okay, spend the resources. Does that make them happier? I hope it does. Why are they unhappy, though, is the real question. Probably their faction. Yeah, faction happiness is 20%. Let's look at factions, even though it hurts my brain. There are 9 pups currently in the Alliance of Spiritual Redemption who are 0% happy right now. The flesh is weak. Corrupting our natural bodies with cybernetic implants will greatly displease them. Too late. Finding a spiritualist belief to be a minority will displease them. Adopting harmony will please them. So these guys suck. Who's the biggest faction right now? Council of Technological Mastery. I can't please them because we're not smart enough. Seeing other empires parade any robotic pops around. We've got this taken care of. They're just mad because we don't have good smarts. How do I make them even better, more happy? I don't think we have research treaties with 3 other empires. I think we kind of can't at this point. Purge them. I mean, I can manage them and try to suppress them. That means their faction happiness goes even lower. It's already at 0, though. Takes 1 monthly influence away. Should I suppress them? Well, I just started suppressing them, so that cost me influence. Come on, Fred. Get with the program. Make spiritualists less attractive. 4 pops on sea salt. Which is, of course, one of the planets that we just took over from the other neighboring empire. Okay, go ahead and upgrade some buildings. while I'm thinking about it. That's probably the only one that I really want to suppress right now. I do want to look at factions one more time. Alien Aid Coalition is actually as happy or happier than the Technological Mastery. Why? No species-wide slavery, okay. No purges, check. Keeping any enclave stations. How do I make an enclave? I don't think we have any of those. We don't have diplomacy traditions. We tried joining a federation. The Crimson Warrior Lodge is pretty happy too. Rival of at least 3 neighboring empires is not really something I can do. Leviathan Slayer, I don't think I can do that either. Install ourselves as Overlord. These guys are really hard to please. Scientists are the easiest, but I can't get my technology levels high enough. Suppress the religious fools. Purge them. Hey, Obo-san. How you doing tonight? Enclaves are the mining and science and artist guys. I don't think I have any of those. Don't think I have any, but that's okay. Reador is done with construction, which means we now have a docked crew who is getting the benefits of those 25% less upkeep. So we're back to 117 minerals while the ships are stationary. Good. Marinara Trench has finished its construction queue. They are in Doria's system. I like showing you guys for reference where everything is that we're modifying, so you get a better idea, a better grasp of what I'm messing with, you know? We have a new pop incoming here. This looks like a good spot for either science or... I don't think that we need a stronghold on this planet. It's just kind of in the middle of nowhere. Let's give him some more science. Basic science lab, and I see minerals, so I'm gonna collect those minerals. We don't really collect enough minerals for a processing plant, though, in my opinion. All right, that'll be good for now.
Construction online.
Okay, Steropi is trying to keep up, too. We just got a new Star Fortress in Steropi, because
Construction online.
I got a planet here now. We got Steropi Prime, which I probably need to rename these. They're kind of getting on my nerves. This is supposed to be an anchorage home, so this is to increase my naval capacity. So 2 more of those. We already have the logistics office. And what do I want below? Not a crew quarters. Something beneficial. I mean, I could wait. There's nothing here that's really appealing. We don't need food. Don't need a crew quarters. Maybe a resource silo if we start getting full again. I'll just leave an open gap. That's fine. That's good. Hey, Leah, thank you for 23 gift subs now. Sub to Bobbert Jober. Hey, Bobbert. Bobbert, you used to be in this video game. You died, I'm pretty sure, you know. Salute you and all that, but you were here. Now you're not. What up, Bobbert? I don't even see you. Where are you? Either way, thanks for another gift sub. Very much appreciated. Ship upgrades? Yes, ship upgrades. Thank you for reminding me. Hopefully most of them auto-upgraded, but we'll have to find out manually. Hush Puppy went to level 3. Good. We are now at 0-point reactors, though, which makes things more expensive, of course. Remor is only using tier 2. So we want to go tier 3. And I don't really use this ship very much. I currently have them as... These were supposed to be our point defense destroyers. So I think I am going to use 1 barrier point defense and then 2 flat cannons. So we'll do 2 for 3. Actually, Ulthor. There you go. We still have enough energy. Even with the upgraded plasma. Jumbo Shrimp already using theirs. Same deal here. Big Red got upgraded too. Okay, just want to make sure I'm clicking on all of them. Buffet just got a lot stronger with those medium plasma cannons. Gravy Boat, we're researching some new torpedoes for you. And then we got the Barracuda, which is the last one that actually needs upgrades. Because I did not set it to auto upgrade. That would explain things. Meanwhile, on the defense platforms, they're all good to go too. All right, so every one of these ships is now due for an upgrade. That's going to cost me probably a decent amount of minerals. Let's find out. The shell cracker is going to cost 420 to upgrade. Yeah, that's half. But they're in a shipyard, so why not, right? They're at 12.7k. Remember that. The claw is going to cost me 342. And they have to go to Tissalum, which is fine. And then we need another 448 for Inigor. They have to go to Tissalum also. Oh, wait a second. The raiding fleet is here. We have no time to go to Tissalum. We have to go down here to Riador because they're 2 jumps away all of a sudden. They're in reach. They are in range now. Let's see who we're dealing with. Hey, guys. What's up? You only brought 9k? I was expecting something more. I was expecting something a little better. Is that all you got? Dun dun dun. Did you tell your fleets to upgrade? Yes. Luckily, there is a place to upgrade in Riador. They're definitely going straight there. So we're like a little distance away, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps. That's why I put my strongest fleet here. You know what I'm saying? We got 12.7 plus 2.3k. That is 15k versus their 9. That should be easy. Plus we have Damn Noob who comes to us from the Vatnaka, actually not one of our peoples. This is a admiral or a general, no, an admiral that joined us leaving the Vatnaka raiders. So this is a Vatnaka versus the Dis Marauders. So these are 2 mercenary leaders fighting against each other, which is pretty awesome. So we're just gonna chill there and let them come to us then. They just teleported into Asgard. I feel like I need Asgard just because it's called Asgard. What do they have? They have, looks like, are those battleships or cruisers in the back? I think those are cruisers, yeah. So you've got a lot of frigates, a lot of small ships, a lot of raiders. These little guys are raiders right here. Then the frigates are a little larger. I'm not really sure where frigates fall in line, but they look like they have large guns. So they're probably adept at shooting down my cruisers and my battleships. Let's take a look at their loadouts. Ripper autocannons, so lots of shield damage, not a lot of armor. We have a decent amount of armor. Their frigates, however, have UV lasers. So they don't have anything that really does crazy hull damage. Rippers do a little bit. They just shoot really fast. Frigates are destroyers? Interesting. Hi, Lady Atara. How are you this evening?
Online.
Itty witty babies. Well, we're gonna bring backup for the itty witty babies just in case something bad happens.
Station under attack.
Yes, the station is under attack, so we're gonna go a little bit slower. God, could you imagine what his reaction is going to be when? That's where I stop reading. Why you spoiling stuff, bruh? Why you trying to spoil stuff, bruh? I ain't reading the rest of that paragraph. I'm good tonight. Good to hear, Lady Atara. Baby fleet with little pew-pews. Let's make it a little bit more cinematic.
Research station lost.
Yeah, okay, there's nothing we can do about this. Here's my fleet on the other side, engaging. Ban yourself. Don't read it. The surprise will be funny. You know what else is funny? I'm not gonna do it, but I will do this. Abuse of power. Ban katana, no spoilers. Get out of the Bantana. Look at all that plasma, yes. Look at it, read 'em and weep. So far, so good. We got both of our battleships, 6 cruisers, 18 corvettes. Looking snazzy. We've also got the combined might of the 2.3Ks. You know what, that's still fine. That's like a quarter of their strength. Wonder if does it confer any other bonuses? No. That's fine though. It's just a little backup from a distance, you know. What I really want to see, I like watching the torpedoes. And I also want to see the fighters. I'm not going to unfreeze this until I can find some fighters, because we haven't actually looked at those very closely. Here's my battleship. No, it's a cruiser. Where's my battleship? All the way back here, right? There they are! Look at the wee babies. Let's go even slower, because I want to follow them around. They're going in to strike. I wish I could raise the camera up a little higher, but you guys are going to have to just deal with this. There's a strike craft. I'm just following this guy. We're just picking somebody in the chaos to see what they do. Because I know we're going to win this fight. What are you doing, man? Go hit somebody. These are the basic tier 1 strike craft, though, so I don't have my expectations terribly high. They have all 4 cruisers still? All right, what are all these dead ships? That's mine. That's theirs. That's theirs. That's also theirs. That's also theirs. So, you know what? More of theirs are definitely dead than more of mine. He's a deserter. He's trying to get away. Let's take a look at the mid-combat stats. We've done almost 14,000 damage to their hull. They've done 8,500 to mine. Our accuracy is miserable. Missed 21%, evaded 23%. Compared to we've only evaded 8%. Woo! I think I need to re-look at my... You know why? We have a lot of torpedo ships, I think, and they have a lot of raiders. So it's a little bit of a mismatch. Because they're faster than the torpedoes are. We're doing crazy armor and hull damage to them nonetheless. So when we do get hits, we're hitting big, I think is the moral of the story here. Speaking of, here's my new... Well, I don't know if we got the upgrades in time, but there's the plasma throwers. That's a dead ship. You might want to adjust your targets, please. See, like, here are my little torpedo babies down here. Here come the cruisers. Can you guys focus the cruisers down? They're the ones probably wrecking me right now. Look at those purple beams going all... Oh, those are my purple beams. Are they? No, they're not. Are they? I don't know. I don't think they are. Well, they could be. They may as well be. Wow, they got me down to 9.1. I'm surprised. All right, we'll go a little faster now. We've gotten our joy out of it. We still can't take down their cruisers. We've finally turned our attention to them. A lot of shields on my Corvette helping us out right now. This big boy. Woo! That's a big explosion. I don't think we've seen that yet. Now we're putting the finishing touches on. I'm assuming most of us have run away instead of actually die, and that is the last of them. One more to grow on. The DIS fleet that vowed to raid our space have been destroyed as a result of a fleet action. No survivors have been reported among the debris. Damn, Nooch is leveled up. Extra fire rate now. Your fleet logistician, which isn't the best, but I do like 10% evasion and fire rate. Excellent. In total, we lost 1 destroyer, 3 corvettes, 1 cruiser. Those are acceptable losses. Those are acceptable. Meanwhile, killed 20 raiders, 14 frigates, and 3 cruisers. Didn't lose a battleship. Obviously didn't lose our starhold. I know, I like Fleet Logistician. He's logical, you know, it keeps my costs down. It's good. So what we want to do now is go home and repair.
Construction online.
After the rest of our missile volley. They're just making sure that one's dead. They weren't 100% on that yet. Actually, I'm just gonna tell them to upgrade again. And then they'll heal afterwards immediately. Okay, that should be the only fleet as far as I know that's coming to murder me. So, Red Tide, I'm gonna send you guys maybe down to the south? Down here to Eam? And you guys are just gonna chill down in Eam. I know it's a long journey, but I need to protect myself against the actual marauders on my borders, you know? Not the ones that are a world away. And then they can upgrade down there, I suppose. It's gonna take them a long time to get there. Let's just start now. Golden Fishy is going to do ship upgrades, and then we're gonna put you back into position, probably in Igor. Igor is just a nice springboard into the other sectors. And then the Shellcracker can just kind of go in between, wherever it's needed. It can sit on the border at Riador, wait for the next war. We need to go get Skanuri next. So we're gonna do repairs, we're gonna bulk up, and we're going to, what did I say? Repairs, upgrade to bulk up, replenish our fleet if necessary. We're still over capacity by a little. Maybe build a starbase and then go to war. So war is happening like pretty much immediately. Don't jump away before looting the scrap. I don't think that's how it works, Minato. What we're gonna do actually is grab a scientist though, send them over to Riador and have them research the projects in the system. So they're gonna steal the technology. Yes, that is the plan, Awesome Alec. If I had made it the 40 hours I've been playing so far without figuring that out, I would not be very good at this game. But thanks for the tips anyways. I can't help it, I'm sassy. What do you want from me? Just take it out on anyone and everyone. McMuffin, I'm taking it out on you. Get that Bob Ross out of here. Bob Ross is an old meme. I remember when I watched Bob Ross on Twitch like 3 months ago. Our trade treaty with Hadadeshi Directorate has run out for an active sensor link. I don't like that we have to have 2 different trades because I have to click more buttons. And I don't want to click buttons. Why do I have to pay you to accept the sensor link, bud? I doubt you'll take any energy credits, but I'll try. Absolutely not. Whatever. I have to pay you 400 credits. I need the active sensor link. I need to keep tabs on what they're doing. And that ensures they won't declare war on me. At least it'll be a lot harder. Dad, please. You're an old meme. Listen, I'm not 30 yet, Techno Toast. Not yet. Then you can call me an old meme. Cordan, listen. Too many clicks. Too many clicks. I don't have time for that. I got special projects. I got fleet repairs that need to be done. Red Tide is going to be traveling for literally the next year in this video game. We're now upgrading ships, 67%. I am paused. Why am I paused? Also on slow. Let's go back to fast. It will take years in real life if we don't go back to normal speed. Thank you for your 30-year sensor link deal so I can actually see what you guys are up to and keep tabs on your military, which is split up right now. I could actually, if I did like a blitzkrieg war right here, I could take them. Like if I just amassed my troops in Taiakia and then made double jump over with both my fleets, I could take out their 11K. They do have a 6K assistant in the starbase. Then by the time their other fleet got there, they would be 2 split up. 30 isn't old. You're right, objectively, Adenia. But as someone who's not 30 yet, it's still scary. Do you know I've been 2 something for 8 years now. You know what I mean? Been 2 something for 8 years. I don't want to be 3 something, or certainly not 4 something. That's a long way away. How'd your relations with them get so low? They invited me to a bunch of wars with Hadadeshi and I declined them, but it is getting better.
Construction online.
It was 15, now it's 24. But we're still in a defensive pact, so when they break that off is when I start getting concerned. Everything's relative, right? Everything's relative to your current age. Okay, Starbase Q's done. Look at that, 200 naval capacity. Is this the maximum fleet? This is, or is it just coincidence that this is a very round number at 200 right now?
New technology discovered.
I don't know. I don't know, but I do know we just did upgrades. Now I need to do more. I need to do even more. Improved strike craft. This is better than all the other ones anyway. Give me those improved strike craft. I don't even know how they're better. I don't care. All I know is they're only 16-month research. That is easy. Who's insulting me? The Kelsen Republican systems, who are way down here. On the other side, you guys are gonna have to go through the Uko Praknar to get to me, bud. Are you in great physical pain, or is that your thinking expression? I want to be the person that had to write all of those insults. Seems like it'd be a lot of fun just to be corny.
New technology.
I'm gonna be 20 in 3 weeks. It is somewhat concerning. Wolflord, here's the thing. Doesn't everyone look forward to 20? Shouldn't you be looking forward to that? I mean, all Americans look forward to 21. 21 is, I'm an adult now. You're not. But you think you are. Like I thought I was when I was 21. Everyone looks forward to being 21 in America, so that you can legally drink. That's just a fact. If you're not in America, that's probably different. You might not want to be 21. But in America, I think I speak for everyone when I say all teenagers want to be 21. At least in some capacity. They may not crave it, they may not dream about it, but I don't think they're offended by it. Now, when you hit 25, that's the tipping point. That's when you're over the halfway mark. Because at 20 and 21, it's like, oh, I got like 10 years till I'm 30. And at 30, it's like, I got 10 years till I'm 40. And 40 is like, I got 10 years till I'm 50. And the cycle continues. I turned 30 a week ago. Congrats, Jack. I'm glad you lived that long. Glad you didn't die before then. It's a great accomplishment. When you're 20, no one calls you a teenager anymore. That's true. But in the back of their mind, they secretly still think about you as a kid, as I learned. Even at 28, you're still a kid to people who are in their 40s and 50s. When you're 28, you're contemporary with 30-plus-year-olds. You're their compatriots. They can relate to you. I know I'm saying sweeping generalizations right now, but they're all true. I don't think I need a fleet command limit to be higher. Yet. We're getting there. Tile blockers. We do have some tile blockers. We have 3 on this planet, for example, plus 3. So 6 tile blockers that would be cleared with climate control. Global warming. Tomb habitability. I don't think we need that. We already have 95%. Like I'm already born with that. I have an apocalyptic lobster race. I think we got that one in the bag. Claim influence and war exhaustion's better. Biolab 3 and Biolab 4, which can only be built on the capital. I don't know, that's very tempting. We are science-oriented. Tile blockers are important because we could build more science, but this is just science Biolab 3 across the board. I'll go for the sciencey one. That is probably like maximum tier Biolab. I don't know, I think at 20 you're held accountable more for your actions. That's actually like 18. You're talking about by law? Because by law, I'm pretty sure that's 18. You're no longer a minor in the US. And that's probably when you're considered legally an adult. Debris analyzed. We have analyzed the debris in Riador. We got Ripper cannons, progress, whole tissue, and not much else. Okay, so that wasn't really worth it, but I'll still take it anyways, and we'll head back to Zimpok and increase our research a little more. We have a new civic point now, thanks to the latest and greatest in our tech trees. In this case, the Empire Capital Complex Galactic Administration gives us an extra civic slot. So what do I even want that to be? This is going to be a big decision to be made. How do I change it? How do I change it, actually? Emergency election. I didn't know I could do that, but that's interesting. How do I change it? Because it just opens this tab. Reform government. Okay. Cost me 250 influence. This is a good time to do it. Well, I've got a big choice to make, and I need to look at these in detail, but I also have to pee. So we're gonna take like a 3-hour pee. No, we're gonna take like a 3-hour pee break. Listen, it's very belabored right now. I'm older than I say I am. No, I'm gonna take a quick pee break. It's been 3 hours in the stream. Gonna get a drink real quick. I still have coffee, but like it got gross. It got a little on the gross side. 3-hour pee break, guys. No, I'll be back in just a moment though. Midas loves this part of the stream. He actually gets very excited because I usually bring him a treat. So if you hear him whining or crying while I have stepped away, it's not because he's miserable, it's because he's excited, okay? Because I bring him a treat bag, so he knows I bring him a treat bag and he's anticipating. So I don't want you to think that he's in pain, hurting, or otherwise unhappy. Actually, I don't think the dog is gonna pee this time. Quick pee break. Also, dog treat break. Is there an emoji for a dog? Is there? No, I know there's Midas. I'm talking about like the little ASCII. Whatever, I'll be right back in just a moment, okay? See you in a sec. Meanwhile, I'll be thinking about which of these you want, even though you have no instruction or direction as to where they are gonna be. Okay, calm down, dog. I'll be with you. He's getting impatient. Hello? What is happening in the chat right now? What are you guys doing? Well, I see Ridiculous is just spamming. Most of you are, but at least not like back to back. There's a Star Wars meme. Interesting. Did you wash your hands? I did. I did. Hi guys. Thanks for waiting. I actually ended up taking Midas out. He's got a bone. He's now chewing it, enjoying himself. I have got an invisible Ninja Turtle. And yes, I understand that I went to take a pee break and the color of the drink I brought back may be questionable, but I assure you, it's no joking matter. This is actually pineapple cider. Cheers to you. Pretty good. It's pretty good, actually. Invisible. Isn't it invisible? Turtle was visible? Really? Is he? Hey, he is! Okay, used to be on the old camera he would be invisible. I don't know what changed. He's green. I have a green screen. That's why I said invisible. That sounds bad, but probably isn't. It's actually pretty good. Pineapple cider. I'd recommend checking it out if you are of legal age to consume such a beverage. Anyway, we have a civic to pick. Let's get to picking. Right now we have technocracy, which gives me an extra research alternative every time I research a new technology. Post-apocalyptic makes my leaders last a little bit longer, and we can inhabit 2 worlds. Pineapple juice 18 plus, yes. And this is not a sippy cup, Kanaga. There is no sippy, it's just a glass. It is a round glass. Remove pee break message, good idea. But I want you to remember. I wanted you to remember. Keep it. Oh, it's hard cider, yes. To be specific, it is hard cider. But I'm sure regular pineapple cider would be also good. But I think it is pineapple flavored apple cider. I'm not sure how that works, but there it is. Option A, aristocratic elite, gives us 2 extra governors. No, well, yes, we can have 2 extra leaders, but also the level cap goes up by 2. Citizen service lets strongholds and fortresses produce additional unity, and our naval capacity is increased by 15%, which in our case is like 30, what? 10% is 20, so 30, an extra 30 ships, or 30 ship points, rather. Corporate dominion means trading hubs produce more energy. We have a lot of energy already, so I don't really want corporate dominion. Resettlement's cheaper, edicts are cheaper, admiral level cap is higher. So this is like the governor one, except admirals become better, so your military efficiency is better. Efficient bureaucracy, more core sector systems, not necessary for us. Consumer goods are cheaper, not terrible, but also not necessary. Buildings are cheaper. Leader level cap +1 and pool +1 across the board. So for governors and admirals, that might be one of the best ones. Empire minerals +10%, so we would go... It's hard to tell what my base is there. I think we produce 421, so that'd be an extra, what, 40 minerals? Nationalistic zeal is for war exhaustion. Police state lowers unrest and piracy. Shadow Council lets us influence elections easier, so that would be only 50 influence instead of 200 every election. That might be a good one. Warrior culture is army damage and upkeep. Do you sip out of the glass? I guess I do, so it is a sippy cup. But you're supposed to drink cider in like a round glass. And my round glass is Ninja Turtle. In this case, Donatello. Remember, you can switch out technocracy. I think technocracy is still good. More research alternatives is still nice for now. What's that, Gerard? A thing that I cannot blow up. Tetrareggaeton. Isn't cider bad for you? No. It is not. Alcoholic beverages are only bad for you if you drink to excess and hurt your liver. One drink is not hurting anyone. Literally not bad for you. Now, if 4 hours from now I had consumed 6 of these, then yes, that would be very unhealthy. There's another way to do it? Maybe, maybe not, Vagabond. Out of these, my gut is leaning towards leader caps, nationalistic zeal just is a generally good upgrade for war exhaustion. Meritocracy is leaders across the board can go up another level. I kind of like aristocratic elites. The society has an entrenched nobility that occupies the upper echelons of society. And the reason is because we have 3 total sectors with governors in them, right? And that just affects so much that happens. Like, let's look at our leaders. Like, Governor Stuntcrab is already max level. CJ Berkey's already max level. Mr. Author Dude is up and coming. Having the ability to go 2 more skill level higher than normal takes them to an 8. And they just do their job so much better across every single system. So I'm tempted to do the one that just is going to make our people happier, make the pop production speed, education better for some people. I don't know. Maybe it's not worth it. But it seems like a decent idea. Yes, meritocracy levels them up +1, but that's basically a replacement for Director General Awesome Aura replaced someone who had the +1 already for everybody. So it's kind of the same thing. Not really a good use of our point necessarily. Alcohol is literally just poisoning yourself with small enough doses because too much will kill you. You can say the same for water. If you can consume so much water you drown yourself. You could eat so much food that your stomach ruptures. We season food with salt, but you don't eat like you don't eat a whole can. You don't need a cookie jar full of salt unless you stream on Twitch. But yeah, I'm not encouraging anybody to do it. If you want to, you can. If you don't, don't. As long as you're old enough to make the decision yourself. I think I'm gonna have to go with my gut here. And my gut is saying to do the level ups or just the raw. I'm gonna go with the boring one, but I think it's worth it. We're gonna go with the boring mining guild. Several large mining guilds have reached a dominant position in society. The government relies heavily on their support. 10% more to minerals across the board. Gonna cost me 250 influence. We have post-apocalyptic. We could remove that later if I wanted to, but I'm just gonna say plus 31 turns into plus 84. I think that is good enough. A whole jar? Yikes. Oh god. Nobles will get in the way of science from an RP point of view. Well, in this case, you could roleplay it that we found we need so many of these crystals for experiments that we need the mining guilds to step up and take advantage. To give us the advantage, rather. Gin and tonic. Cells going hypertonic. If I watch all Etalyx's YouTube videos back to back, I will die. Especially if you start at the beginning. That's more true then. Okay, well, let's unpause. Was there anything else outstanding that I really needed to do or accomplish? Let's go to fastest. Oh, I needed to do the war. That's right, we were gonna go to war. So let's make sure every fleet is upgraded that can be. Okay, Shellcracker is upgrading. The Claw needs another upgrade. The Red Tide is still moving. Maybe we'll just move the Red Tide. Instead of going to the southern border, we'll just keep them around the boiler in case we need them for war. So let's just have them go to the nearest. I know I'm having them backtrack effectively, but let's just have them, since we're going to declare war, I want to keep them close by, because that is an 11.3k fleet that we may need. You know what I'm saying? Once upgrades are complete, then we'll declare war. So let's check on our star bases.
Enhanced.
There's one upgrade as we speak.
Fleet upgraded.
There's two. I forgot that I'm on fastest and everything is happening at a rapid pace right now. I can have 2 additional star bases now. Where would I want them? I don't have to choose right this second. Zempok is just a regular old outpost. There's nothing really scientific I could increase here. Do I want to do defensive outposts? I like that you guys are singing 70s songs. Just in the chat. What's up, Humble Nerd? We're about to declare war for a little quick lightning war. Think you got a tech that lets you upgrade a capital building. That's correct, Communist Seal. We may as well do that once we get enough money. I bet it's going to be more than 600 minerals. Let's find out, though. Because we were going to use it here. Yeah, 850. So it's quite expensive. But the Empire Complex gives us really great adjacency bonuses. And today I learned that it will collect the minerals on top. Wait, no, never mind. We have mineral, mineral, mineral. So this is going to be just fantastic upgrades across the board. Governing ethics attraction in the planet isn't necessary. But, you know, who knows how that'll change in the future. Produces more energy, 7 defense armies. Speaking of defense armies, at what point do I start training those? I don't know. Let's look at our military again, though. We should see those numbers update sooner or later. I don't think they've updated yet, even though the ships got their upgrades in. And the third and final is almost ready. So let's start moving into position. Shellcracker's going to stay here in Riador. The Claw is going to move up into position, I guess, here in Chiblar. Maybe I should make my... Well, if we're going to capture Seoul, I'd probably want 1 military outpost in Tiakia and then 1 military outpost over here in Swir to protect them. So let's go ahead and just upgrade this one to a starport and have the army start moving into position there from Tissalum. I know that's really far away. This is my weakest army, so we're gonna have to reinforce it possibly. I don't know how strong they are, but let's make a couple more claims. Take some more land from the High Kingdom, you know? Screw those guys. We can move into Asgard. Easynth is a pretty normal claim. Like Sabik just moves us 1 further out. Claim those 4. We don't want to do too much all at the same time. Curator Order has 1 station in the system. Now that I would like to entertain. That's something that cost me 126. These are all really cheap claims. And their primary inhabited worlds are here. I'm not really in the mood to try to take over all those inhabited worlds, so we're just going to kind of cut a path around them to the side. And we need to start worrying about relationships with the other people on the other side, the Gagasi and the Zuifan. So let's take a look and see what they think about us. They love us. The Zuifan love us. Zuifan are like our allies by far. Gagasi, on the other hand, plus 45. Not bad. They are authoritarian, xenophobic, but materialist. Let's open our borders to them. That'll increase our trust a little bit more. We have a non-aggression pact as well. What about a trade? Research agreement. They have like 40 techs that we don't have. Once again, I am way behind the space race. How embarrassing. Please take my energy credits. No, you don't even want 400 per month? You do want 300 per month. Like, I could give them 31 per month, and then they would do the deal. But that's for 10 years, not for 30 years. Yeah, I'd give them 27 energy credits per month. I'm actually not opposed to giving them, like, 15 energy credits per month. How many minerals would I have? What about food? Do you want food? Negative. What about communications or active? They would take an active sensor link. I'm not gonna declare war on these guys, right? They have a lot of technologies that I need, so what, is this a bad deal? Am I getting a bad deal here? I could try monthly food, but they're not gonna take that either. Nope, not even 600 monthly food. Doesn't even phase them. He's coming for the Earth. I am going for the Earth, actually. I want to protect it, Sauce Tosser. Yes, strongholds do give defense armies. I don't need any right now because I'm not getting invaded. But I have a lot of strongholds on planets that we've recently conquered in the last 100 years that have unrest to keep the unrest down. Oh god, tonight has gone horribly. Hi everyone. So that's one way to make an introduction to Nost. How's your weekend going so far? Apparently terrible. Is this game fun? King Leaf? Depends on what you think is fun, my dude. Do you like strategy games? Do you like grand strategy games? Have you played any before? Can you liberate people who were previously captured? You can. You can actually fight wars for liberation if another empire is enslaving somebody. Recently, yeah, that's recent in space, some of that, but I know how it sounds. I guess I'll just do this because 15 monthly isn't that bad. We could make more, and active sensor link is kind of a lot, but that's a 30-year deal. I'm gonna take it. No one told me not to. I don't care if we give them information on where we are because the Gagasi are kind of our buds right now. We're taking down all these guys at the same time together. They're our buds for now. 30 years ain't that bad. Can you change the species laws? I think I can. Let's try and do that real quick. I was doing that for the Buttercrust, right? Yeah, because I don't want them to have full citizenship anymore. We need to wait until October. It is currently August in the video game. Negative balance is fine. They've accepted my trade deal, which will buff my research, hopefully, if I can find the right techs. They've opened the borders to us, so we're increasing our trust with them. That's nice. Following a long period of growing support for the Academy of Higher Learning, the Izki Galactic Hegemony has embraced the faction, adopting materialist values. Izki. The Izki Galactic Hegemony is materialist now. And xenophobic authoritarians. You talk about space Nazis, you may have found them. That's not a good segue, because what I'm about to do is open my borders to them, which is going to make their opinion of us better, because I want to do a trade. They do not want to accept... Where are these guys located? Anyone that becomes materialist is automatically on my radar. They're all the way to the east. Well, and there's not really much I can do, is there? They really hate us. Oh well, at least trust will maybe go up over time. I'm not sure. We can't do anything. We found the actual ones. Hey, Max. How you doing? Yeah, if you love strategy games, we are going to be playing a lot of strategy games over the coming months. There are quite a few. I was thinking, like I've been talking about going back into Civ. Once we're done with Stellaris, we'll probably take like a week off of Stellaris or just these bigger strategy games in general, and then follow it up with like starting a new game of Civ, trying that out, because I got a lot of learning to do there, but it seems fun. I've always wanted to play and go back to it, but I just never have. So we'll probably play some Civ 6. And then just kind of balance or alternate, you know, between that and this. Because I really do like Stellaris. It's just, the addictive quality of Stellaris is seeing your border grow and capturing each system and tapping into the resources until you finally have self-sustaining resource collection. And then building up a giant military is just so much fun. Speaking of military, we've improved our strike-craft technology, so we gotta do that upgrade soon. Ooh. This I don't know if I can resist. They're tempting me with science, though. This is what I should do, is superfluid materials and get better engineering facilities. But what I want to do is android assault armies unlocking buildable synthetic populations, which are full-on robots. We also have level 3 flak, the mega cannons for the big battleships. I feel like this is a population that we've been trying to do technology the whole time. Synth makes sense from a technology standpoint. Moreover, it does appease the faction that we're trying to make the happiest. Like, why did they get happier? They got happier because we just did another trade. Yeah. They would love having synths. This is the biggest faction by far. We're going full-on robot. Is Civ 5 easy to learn? Which one are we on now? We're on Civ 6, aren't we? Or was it Civ 5? What's Civ? What is the newest Civ? When you get that high in numbers, I lose track. Whatever the newest one is, the one I'm trying to do. But I bought the expansion for it, so we would be playing with the expansion too. Hey, Communist Seal. But Etalyx, you already have built synths to subscribe to you. And apparently to give bits also. You're learning, Communist Seal, you're learning. I'm impressed. Thank you for the bits, though. Civ 5 is better than 6, you know? It's okay to be wrong. The newest one's always better. Just kidding. I know, people always like old games. Keep playing your old games. No one's stopping you. But also, in turn, you don't stop anyone else from playing the new games, right? We have that agreement. There's probably people out there that think Civ 4 is the best one. And then probably idiots out there that think Civ 3 is the best one. And then idiots out there still playing the original Roller Coaster Tycoon. But I don't make fun of them. Yes. Dangerous technology. Highly advanced robots that are stronger. They're faster and more durable than the majority of organics. With their upgraded neural processors, they are fully capable of independent operations. I think the thing most people agree on, I don't know because I haven't done it, about the new Civ is that the expansion kind of sucked. That's the only thing I've seen people universally dislike about the new one, is that the expansion wasn't very good. So I don't know how true or false that is because I haven't played it. But I think people really, really liked vanilla a lot. I did. I played it about 30 hours. I was playing it yesterday. War of the Worlds. To be fair, they haven't made a good one. So, they haven't replaced it. Alright, we're getting the Android Assault Army and Synthetics. Synthetics have 200% habitability. They're just better at everybody on surviving on every planet. They have increased engineering, physics, society, unity, energy, minerals. How do you replace your pops with synthetics? How long does that take? They cost 1 energy and upkeep per pop. It's crazy. I don't understand why it's so hard to make a new theme park sim. Why? How many, like, decades do you need to make a new theme park sim successfully? Why does it take so long to make, like, a failure? Like, as much fun as... What was the one game that came out recently that I played, in fact streamed by the Elite Dangerous devs? Planet Coaster. As fun as that was, boy, did it run like crap. Like, once, I remember building a park, and my park was maybe 15 to 20% stuff in it. And all of a sudden, the slowdown to like 15 frames per second was so real. Like, you can't make a wall-to-wall park because the engine is so high-tech, I guess. To be fair, though, I was using a lot of pretty modded buildings, I guess. So, nonetheless, though, that is one way that the 2D visuals of the original kind of surpassed. 3D looks way better, and it's fun to ride the rides, but like, I couldn't play it after a certain point. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play the Jurassic Park game. Now, I have a lot more hope in Jurassic Park than I did in Planet Coaster because Jurassic Park is very focused. Planet Coaster actual campaign wasn't very fun. Like, there wasn't much to do. If you didn't enjoy creativity making your track, then why are you playing that game? Whereas Jurassic Park looks like you have goals, there's like a full campaign, there's objectives. That's more for me. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to. All right, the claw is almost in position, and we should be seeing the Red Tide upgraded shortly.
Construction online.
Research agreement has already timed out. Why does this happen so frequently? Kia has finished its upgrade also. Okay, we got a couple things to do then. We need a bunch of minerals. Where are all my minerals at? Where all my trade deals go? Didn't we just do a 30-year research agreement like a second ago? I gotta give them 200 more minerals. When we're already struggling for minerals. But what I'm gonna do here is quickly make a crew quarters so that we can dock our ship safely and cheaply. Thank you guys for your compliance. What's wrong with Planet Coaster? It was just hard on my computer. Hard on most people's computer. Like from a frame standpoint, it was pretty miserable. The slowdown. Hospital Tycoon, yeah, there's a couple of good hospital sim tycoon games that are coming out soon. That look really fun. A lot of good just strategy management games on track for this year. I'm excited. I have covered Parkitect as well, Awesome Alec. But again, the hard part was direction, I guess. That's where I think Jurassic is gonna shine. Just having that direction, like, I feel like I need goals and directives in that game, in those type of games. No, like, it runs finely for me until, like, the park gets about 15-20% full. And then, like, have you ever made a wall-to-wall park? Have you ever filled an entire plot of land with rides and attractions? Because I couldn't. I got about 20% of the way there, and then all of a sudden it was, like, 25 frames per second the rest of the time. Hello, Combat Buddy. Thank you for the host. If you're out there somewhere. Much appreciated. Say hi if you're around. There you are. So people can click on you. Just get done streaming. We're getting ready to declare war on the Skinneri consciousness, which kind of looks like a baby T-Rex right now. Did everybody else see the baby T-Rex? I don't know what this is in the bag, but here's the T-Rex head. High Kingdom of Neborothar is gonna, you know, they're allied with the defensive pack, so they're gonna fight us too. But they shouldn't be a problem because I can spy on them from here, and I only see about 5,000 in military strength, so not too bad. It's a person pulling the T-Rex tail. Yeah, I can see that. Here's like the head, here's the arm, ripping the tail off. All right, we got a trade deal that just timed out. Okay. Shtakashi. You guys feeling okay right now? End association status. I can only ask to join the Federation when they like me more. We're too far away. And they're hegemonic imperialists. So despite the fact that I have an association status, they just refuse outright. Which seems a little odd. But let's try the trade deal. Was this a research trade deal? No, this was terraforming liquids, so this was their strategic resource. We were getting plus 5% habitability, which is just a good thing to have. I was giving them... Was I giving them terraforming liquid? I feel like I was giving them something better than that. But I guess that's all there is. Oh, I'm sure you'd love that research agreement, wouldn't you? Now, what about food? They never want food now. It's too late in the game. Food may as well not even exist on this meter. Definitely not energy either. Everyone has too much energy. They don't know what to do with it all. But everybody loves minerals. I don't love minerals that much, though. Maybe we just do a 10-year agreement. Do I really want to part? Yeah, I guess I do. 330 for 10 years. Take it. You got a steal of a deal. Okay, people. I think it is time for war. Just finished playing a big multiplayer 9-player game. Wow. That's crazy. I've never done anything like that. This is the furthest I've ever gotten in Stellaris, actually. I haven't played since vanilla, so I'm still learning quite a bit. But I'm having fun. I'm just a little baby. I watched VODs for the first 4 hours and forgot there was a stream. Well, KPS Milk, you're better late than never. We still got time, you know, we got a lot to do. I want to get to the year 2400 tonight, at least. Maybe further. Look at my sensors detecting all kinds of stuff in the neighboring zones. Skanuri have a reasonable fleet. I'm surprised given their limited amount of territory right now. They have about 10K. Plus a little extra. We brought 95 to the top. But this is where we bring back up and seal the deal. So Disco Geek, gonna head us up with our 13K, and once we get to you in Taikia, we'll be ready to begin in earnest, and I'm gonna trust Damn Noob over here with what was our largest fleet. I don't know kind of what happened in the meantime. Let me check.
Warning. War has broken out.
Always scared to hear. 2 battleships. Oh yeah, we have to reinforce the Shellcracker. We need a cruiser, we need 3 more corvettes, and a destroyer. Cruiser, 3 more corvettes, and a destroyer. Let's do a buffet class, and I'm out of money. My shopping list is gonna have to get a little bit, ooh, this is really good for me though. High Kingdom just broke, oh, I thought they went to war. They broke off their non-aggression pact with Gagasi. Maybe they're about to go to war. Hadadeshi declared war on Skanuri. Oh no, please tell me this is still unclaimed. Let's look at the claims. Yes, I am the sole claimer. I'm gonna in fact add to my claim. Just in case. I don't think I need to, but in case I go into a joint war, this would be a good time to declare war because they're about to soften up my new foes. Let's see what our buddies are doing. These are my friends. They are now on the move, getting ready to attack, so I can wait until our allies soften up the Skanuri, then declare war on them, and go from there. So maybe head to Chiblar? Get ready to move into Gallia? Blow up the Earth. I don't think I will. Don't think I will. Your new weapon is ready in 5 minutes? Yeah, but look, they're doing their thing, they're fighting. They're gonna have a real good time. Know what I'm saying? I don't need the new weapon at this point. Boiler finished its one lonely cruiser where it's gonna stay for now. Let's just let it chill there. We can accumulate our forces for later. What do the red attack numbers mean for the military fleets? It's kind of just their power level, Lover Thunder, so. These ones are very strong, and the reason why they are red, I believe, is because they're on the move. Well, hang on. Fleet can be upgraded. Maybe that's what it is. The red tide is moving and does not need to be upgraded. I'm not sure if that's why they're red or yellow, but yeah, the numbers themselves are just indicative of the overall fleet power on average.
New technology discovered.
I like how your energy's in the red. Yeah, it just means that we're net negative. Even though we're only losing 5 per month, we have 16,000. So it's okay, you know, we're like an actual government here. All right, we build up a stockpile and then run it red for a few years until we get what we need out of the economy. Arc emitters! It's time to make a new battleship. That sounds really fun. Arc emitters are a battleship weapon for us to play with. I could go from here to physics lab. See, it's doing the funky song again. There's no way it went through that whole playlist. There's no way. This is the funky song again. Maybe it did go through the whole playlist. I don't know. Tachyon sensors for tracking and sensor range. It's good. Building cost of what? Everything? Increasingly powerful computation paradigms allow us to adapt individual construction projects to planetary and ultra-local gravitational conditions. Power plant 4 and 5. And then combat. See, I told you there's going to keep throwing combat AI at us, so it's not top of my to-do list right now. Yeah, it's random. Okay, I mean, that's fair. Red is fine when moving ships. What did I just say I wanted to do? That's 65,000. That would take us 165 months. Let's go for tracking and sensor range. I really do want to, well, if we do science, then we can do more of this. Yeah, that makes more sense. Invest in the science now for 66 months, then it makes all future techs faster. Shuffle is turned on. True. Let's start here then. We're gonna start here and go all the way, wait. We're gonna start here and go all the way down the list. Because I keep hearing the same track. Where's the music? Did I kill it? I may have killed it. I don't know. That's nice, LeChoco, but I don't want to know or care about what all the texts do. It's fun to discover as we do the research. If I wanted to min-max, then I'd have the wiki open on the other page. This is a dramatic song.